The following podcast contains strong language and alternative facts. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Heel Podcast. Over the airwaves and under the influence, we are Turning Heel.
Konnichiwa, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turning Heel podcast. Sushi and all, this is the Wrestle Kingdom review show. With me, the Grizz. And with me, as always, is Chris motherfucking Hughes.
Konnichiwa-san.
Domrigato, Mr. Roboto. That's all the phrases I know in Japanese.
Fucking Konnichiwa was all on you.
Well, I only know Domrigato, Mr. Roboto, because Chris Jericho used to say that to Dean Malenko, because he's a robot man. Gotta put my phone on silent.
How strange is it, the fact we're talking about a Wrestle Kingdom in 2018 that featured Chris Jericho?
Like, the whole time I watched that match, I was just like, how is this a thing that's happening right now?
Yep. And then as obviously we will maybe get to later on, it turns out that it's not just going to be a one-off, apparently.
No. Thanks, and I welcome it full-heartedly.
Which was news to you, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah, we'll get into that. Well, it sat through the entirety of New Year's Dash, and after the main event, like, there was still about 15 minutes left, and I honestly am certain I flicked through it a wee bit, and nothing happened. So I was like, okay, nothing happens, and then shut it off. And it wasn't until we were in the pub talking about what happened, and
like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this is Tuesday.
Yeah, so I fucking missed it for about 4 days. And plus, I was drunk on Facebook like most of Saturday, so.
It's literally the only thing I've seen at New Year's Dash.
Well.
Like, the only thing I saw repeatedly anyway.
And I didn't see it at all, so.
Like, because you'd said to me about it, and I was like, I know one thing, because it's impossible to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think I messaged you and told you to stay off Facebook.
You did, aye. And I didn't see it when I watched New Year's Dash, and I hadn't seen it on Facebook. But anyway,
you must be the only wrestling fan in the world that watched these two shows that survived this long without getting that spoiled.
I know.
And it wouldn't even have been spoiled, it'd have been your own stupidity. That's how you missed it.
Yeah.
By not watching the rest of the show.
But as it says, like, normally after the main event, like, whatever wrestler that won or whatever, like, kind of rambles on for about 15 minutes in Japanese, and it's like, nothing ever happens after that. So, like, I'm like, I don't understand Japanese, so I don't know why I would sit here for the next 15 minutes watching it. So I would just kind of turn it off.
That is a fair point.
And it always happens, so that's why, like, I'm kind of gutted that, like, I didn't watch it, but, you know, it's just, it's like what the fucking case of WWE, when as soon as that thing pops up in the corner, you know that's done, except when Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano got attacked by Tommaso Ciampa.
Yep.
Bastards, man.
How's life been anyway, Grizz, since our last episode? This is our last escapade.
Yeah, well, last episode was so much fun. I actually listened to it back and completely forgot about the Jinder Mahal bit we done at the end. And then I just started cackling, like, while I was at work. And I was like, that really was quite amazing. Well done, us. I'm just going to pat us on the back.
Self-pat.
Self-pat 5.
Yeah.
There we go. Pat in the back for us.
Did you listen to, oh fuck, never mind.
Hmm?
I was going to ask you if you listened to Jim Spallman's podcast this week, because they did like a best of, and they brought something up that we brought up that we didn't think many people would talk about, and they were, but now I've totally forgot what it was.
Oh, good.
I think it might have been The Miz, and just how good The Miz has been. Which,
Yeah.
to be fair, that was just me.
And just announced in the past day or so. The Miz
Is ready
for Asuka.
Yeah, Miz and Asuka will be a shit hot team in that.
But
it's hopefully.
did you see the actual video of the two of them meeting each other? It's just the way when like Asuka walked up to him and she's like, "You're my partner," and he's just like, "What? You and me mixed match challenge? Oh hell yeah! It's gonna be we are winning this. Me and the undefeated Asuka. Oh yeah, we got this." But then it was just the way that it's like. He got excited because he realizes he's with her, and it's nothing to do with his talents. It's the fact he's probably just going to be like,
tag in.
Yeah, you go and you just beat the shit out of them, and I'll be here. It's fine. But not all the teams have been announced for that yet, so we won't get into the challenge yet. Maybe next week.
See, the only thing that annoys me about that segment, though,
that she came in a limo with balloons.
No, it's actually something that happened on Raw later on, which I've now just realised you haven't watched yet, so I'm not going to say.
Okay.
But it's like,
hopefully,
it's just a backstage segment. But I was kind of like, well, clearly, anyone that's seen Raw will know what I'm talking about. Where basically,
are they starting to implement like this sort of the teams in Raw, or like on Raw?
No.
Oh.
No, it's something completely different. It's to do with Alexa Bliss and Asuka's clear feud that's now starting to build.
Yeah.
And basically, do you mind the backstage segment spoiled?
There she is, right on cue. See, as long as it's not like a result of a match or anything like that, then it'll be alright.
Right, okay, basically it's a backstage segment.
So I think you've pretty much told me about every backstage segment
no,
that's
happened. I've only told you about fucking one.
And Matt Hardy's awesome theme song,
which is fucking awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've not heard that either.
Yes, unfortunately, I don't think it's out yet to be able to put.
You could probably show me like the entrance of like next time we have a break. So
yeah, totally. But anyway, Matt Hardy's awesome theme song, the Corey Graves line.
Yeah, there was the Cesaro thing. Oh yeah, Kurt Angle being on the phone to someone.
Yeah.
For the Women's Rumble.
But anyway, the backstage segment, it was essentially Alexa Bliss and Asuka bump into each other. And Alexa's like, I'm going to tell Nia what you said about her. My best friend, Nia. And then you're in trouble, essentially. So then later on, Nia, she's like, you won't believe what Asuka said about you. And she's like, what did Asuka say? And she's like, I can't tell you because you get too angry at your friends too easily. So then, like, Nia's getting pure wound up. And she's like, what did Asuka say? And she went, I can't say it. Yeah. He's like, okay, right, fine. She didn't whisper. So she goes in and whispers, right? And Nia goes, did Asuka really say that? And Bliss is like, yeah, I know. What's that all about? She goes, do you speak Japanese? And Alexa goes, no. And she goes, well, that's funny, because Asuka doesn't speak English.
Which is kind of true. Like, I was about to say that
but
as
then
well.
she's speaking English in the segment earlier on.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
she's still speaking broken English.
Yeah, but...
like I said, she literally said to Miz, your partner.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a full sentence.
Yeah, but there's still enough English there to get by. But anyway, that annoyed me a wee bit. That's because I'm the type of person I am.
I'm just imagining Asuka, like, just, like, backstage, just be like, Nia Jax, fat bitch.
Somehow sounds like fucking Nakamura.
Pretty much every, like, Japanese guy they've got in the roster right now, like, speaks like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I, Hideo Itami, kick you in face.
Speaking of Japanese wrestlers, this episode's all about Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes. Wrestle Kingdom.
Which, once again, was fucking awesome.
Yes. I'm going to be interested
It's not been the best in the last couple of years.
Going to be interested in a few takes that we're going to get into. You may or may not have seen some of mine online.
It's not been the best Wrestle Kingdom in the last couple of years, but it's up there. It's always up there. Yeah. One of those shows that's always going to be, at the very worst, decent.
Yeah, and
I think
decent Wrestle Kingdom is still yay high towards any WWE show.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
Unless you listen to last week's episode where I completely forgot about it.
That is very true, yes. I'm not going to lie, Grizz, man, your performance for the best and the worst was pretty disappointing. You forgot Wrestle Kingdom, you forgot The Miz. I'm pretty sure there was something else you forgot.
I forgot to tell you about, like, Best Return.
Oh, yeah. Which would have been the Hardys anyway.
Yeah. Which was mine.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Jericho also wrestled in New Japan before.
That's right, that's what the other thing was. God damn it, Grizz.
You know me. I'm that lovable little scamp that just keeps going, no matter what. Like, I'll conquer adversity in my own way.
Lovable's a bit of a fucking strong word, but
That's
okay.
not true at all.
Anyway, let's get into Wrestle Kingdom. The Kingdom of Wrestling.
The Kingdom of Wrestling. So, we open with, ouch,
the New Japan Rumble.
Yes, I forgot. I'm still wearing my hat, so I just smacked my head off the microphone. So, the New Japan Rumble started with. Actually, this is not in any particular order, so I'll just name everyone that was in it.
And just to keep a typical turn and heel fashion, I didn't see the pre-show.
Yes, Mr. Pre-show.
Actually, to be fair, I actually forgot about the pre-show. The reason I didn't see it was I had to go down to the bank in the morning before I started watching the main show to get money to pay for the breakfast that I was getting delivered, because I wasn't cooking fucking nothing whilst this show was on.
Because you normally...
It's amazing living in the future where people deliver breakfast to you.
I know. Those are the days. Or these are the days even? So, the competitors, Bushi, Chase Owens, Cheeseburger, Dave Finlay, Delirious, El Desperado, Gino Gambino, the best name, Hiroshi, Tenzan, Jushin, Thunder Liger, Katsuya Kitamura, beg your pardon, Leo Tonga, Manabu Nakanishi, Satoshi Kojima, Taka Michinoku, Tiger Mask, Toa Hanare, Yoshihashi, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Yuji Nagata, Yujiro Takahashi, and the eventual winner, Masahito Kakihara, all stepped into the ring for 31 minutes and 6 seconds. Not all at the same time, obviously. It's Royal Rumble. Style match. Not getting sued. Fun little Rumble. Cheeseburger always being the fucking crowd's favourite. Like, Cheeseburger is a lovable little scamp, but like, just the Japanese guys fucking love that guy.
They do, don't they?
It's so funny.
See, the thing is though, like, I know Cheeseburger does a lot of stuff in not in New Japan, Ring of Honor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I never ever hear about what he's doing in Ring of Honor. Like, it's just kind of like, I'll maybe come across it on Facebook at some point.
He's literally just there. It's not like he actually does anything.
But in Japan, like, this was like...
You would think that was Hulk Hogan that walked out.
This was his 4th Wrestle Kingdom.
I know.
That's insane.
Just like, he showed up that first year as just one of these random people, and then, like, I think he became pally with, like, Jushin Thunder Liger, and then, like, I think that evolved in, like, a kind of little tag team between the two of them, because when he does that Pam thrust thing, or whatever it is, it's like a Jushin Liger move that he's adopted from him because they became good pals.
Good brothers?
No, that's gimmick infringement.
Ah.
Sorry.
Cease and desist.
Yes, indeed. Because that's what New Japan needs, is more of them. But I mean, you know, Finn Balor and the club are the elite, so...
Yeah, Corey Graves. That was brilliant though, see where he said it. Like, actually my stepdad was in his room next door when I was watching it, and see when he said that line that he's like, these 3 guys have spent the last 10 years trying to prove they're the elite. I was like, oh!
Turn down for what?
My stepdad's like that. Look, just looked at me, and I was like,
yeah, right.
Stuff, it's fine. But see, since he said it, I was totally like, oh, burn!
Fire!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about this later.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to brag a little bit
Humble
about
brag.
what I've been saying on this podcast for weeks.
Yep.
And people kept looking at me funny. With their ear eyes.
Those damn ear eyes. Wait, what?
So the opening match of Wrestle Kingdom itself was the Young Bucks.
Yep. Challenging for the Junior Tag Team Championships against Roppongi 3K.
This match was fucking awesome.
3K.
Fucking the storytelling in this match was just phenomenal.
Absolutely. Like,
From one member of each team ended up with a back injury, and it was Matt that had the back injury, wasn't it?
I've got a couple of like little notes. Like some of them I will try and abbreviate a wee bit because otherwise
it was Matt that had the back injury.
About 3 hours, so I think it was Matt. Yeah.
See the bump he took in order to get that back injury. That was mental. See the fucking noise when he hit the ground.
Splunk.
Yeah. It was like it was like an anime.
No.
Fucking splat.
But Yo also hurting his back didn't help either because he done that like kind of tope over the top rope and he landed kind of on the lip between the stage and the mats and that one I thought looked incredibly genuine. Like not that mats
looked genuine as well.
Not that mats didn't, but
when was the last time you seen someone taking a bump over the top rope to the outside, completely unprotected, flat on the back?
Trent Barretta last year.
Oh, true.
I remember that. He done the fucking, I think it was a tope again, but like, the guy moved and he just splatted on the floor. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Fuck. But, right, quickly rattle through the notes.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, so Yo gets hurt early on the double dive to the outside. The Bucks powerbomb Romero on the stage. Spent a lot of time beating down the injured Yo. Yo low bridges Matt and takes an acid land on the floor. There we go. That's where the back injury happened.
Yep.
You can hear Nick genuinely ask Matt if he's alright when Matt tags out. He's like,
I
you alright, bro?
Yeah, no, I liked the bit where Matt refused to tag. I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't know if I did.
See, just after that happened, Matt got back up on the apron. Nick went over to tag him, and he put his hand out to tag him, and Matt just went, no, and Nick went, cool, and went back into it. So, like, that was pretty cool that they didn't do it kind of like, why the fuck are you not tagging me? It was kind of both of them knowing that he was fucked, and they're like, this is a bad move to tag him in, so I'm not going to do it.
It's like,
I really liked that wee spot. I thought that was a really nice, wee intricate thing.
Because you see it all the time, like in tag matches, you know, like, someone standing on the apron for ages, and the guy that's been beat down finally tags in. That guy rushes in, and then like about a minute later, tags back in the guy that's been in the match for about 10 minutes.
Aye.
And it's like, why would you do that? Like, suck up for a little bit. You've got the advantage.
See, because they did that, we were kind of discussing whether or not Matt had genuinely fucked himself.
Yeah, because
the
it
fact
looked
he
like he
refused
did.
to tag, because he was holding his back, he was leaning against the
Turnbuckle?
ring post.
Aye.
Like obviously on the outside to take the tag, and Nick came over, put his hand out, and Matt just looked at him and went, just shook his head, and Vic was like, okay, cool,
Fine.
and then that's how we were like, oh shit, man, is he actually fucked?
Aye.
Because we were expecting, because the thing that we were kind of discussing was maybe the potential of a bit of, if the Bullet Club split up wasn't going to happen, maybe a wee bit of tension between the Bucks.
See, well, I think breaking up the Young Bucks would be the worst idea ever.
I don't think it's going to happen either, but my thinking was there was going to be lots of tension between them throughout the match, and then they would get the win and everything would be fine, but it would just plant that wee seed that they're maybe not as tight as people say they are. Do you know
what I would like to see more?
But see, soon as Nick was just kind of like, cool. That's how we were like, oh, fuck, is he actually fucked?
Aye. But, like, do you know what I would actually like to see, like, in the Best of the Super Juniors this upcoming year? Both the Young Bucks in the same bracket, meaning at one point they're going to wrestle each other. Either that, or both the Young Bucks win their respective block matches, and so the final turns out to be Matt versus Nick. I was about to call him Jeremy. This is old TNA name. With that, Matt tries to powerbomb Yo on the ramp like he done to Rocky Romero. Yep. Yo with a backdrop, which doesn't help the injured back of Matt. Nick over the top rope tries to take out Yo, but lands on Matt. Show finally in horrible back elbow. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, all the sense in the world, Grizz.
So, Show hit a back elbow. Double back suplex by Yo on by the Bucks from the top rope. Amazing super kicks and counters. Cool counter for Bang for Your Buck by Roppongi. And then I wrote, loving the story of one member of each team having a bad back and how it affects the match.
Just keep on.
Looks dodgy. Chris has this thing where if his phone goes, like, the phone number pops up on the screen of the laptop.
Yeah, so a call centre was phoning me.
Yes.
It's probably Virgin, because I've just fucking booked to get my internet installed on Friday to go, are you definitely going to be in on Friday? Yeah.
Doy. Oh no, but like you say that, but like see the amount of people that I need to deliver those fucking broadband boxes to that are never fucking in. It's like, you knew this was coming.
Oh, it's cool, man, because we don't have Virgin in the flat at all, so they actually have to come and install it. Put the cables and stuff in, so there'll actually be an engineer visit.
Oh, well, there you go.
One of your colleagues will not have to carry my fucking Virgin box to my front
fucking
door.
hope so. God damn it. Do enough. And then the finish, milks the driver, but they don't go for the pin. It was on Yo, who had the bad back. So flip him over, put him in the old sharpshooter, tapping that shit out. Young Bucks, 7-time junior heavyweight tag team champions.
7-time.
7-time.
It was a really good match. It was a really good match to open it.
I really love Roppongi 3K. I've only seen them wrestle twice, or maybe 3 times now. But yeah, like the two of them really deserve their spot. And I thought, like, the fact that, like, the last time I seen them, they were just Sho and Yo in their standard black tights. Then they went to Ring of Honor for a bit. They were the Tempura Boys, which is a bit of a comedy gimmick. Now they're back with a serious gimmick. They've got Rocky Romero as their mouthpiece and singing their theme song. It's only ways up. I'm really looking forward to seeing if they're going to be in the Super Juniors in a couple of months, and I assume they are, and how well they do.
This is something that I didn't actually know, and now I think about it, I'm kind of like, why the fuck did I not realise that? I might be the one, like I say, I'm not a huge New Japan fan. I watch the big shows.
Well,
I watch the big shows.
Well.
But I didn't realise that it's tradition for every Wrestle Kingdom to start with the junior heavyweight tag titles. I didn't know that. But then I thought about it and I was like, actually that was pretty obvious because it's always a tag match that opens it.
Yeah. Normally it's like a 4-way and stuff like that, so it's just a kind of clusterfuck, but it's kind of one of those like ways where you want to start it hot, and so starting it off with a junior heavyweight tag title match.
It's actually tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just like, that's the best match to start with all the time. It's like, it's actually tradition.
But most of the time, it is the best match to start off with. It's just, like, I guess it's like, maybe they started off like a year or two with the junior tag titles, and you were like, let's just start off every show with it, because you know it's going to be a good match, and then it's for the junior tag titles, and it's all just kind of rolled into a big snowball of convenience.
Yeah, absolutely. It does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, but absolutely stellar, like, fucking opening match. What a great way to open that. Then we move on to the, you ready for this? The Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Championship 5-team turmoil match.
There's a lot of words.
Catch my breath. Right. So, I'm going to take these in steps here. So, Suzuki Gun, Lazuka, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi took on Big Mike and War Machine. Elgin throws 2 men early on.
Talk about a fucking awkward entrance, by the way.
Which one?
Big Mike. You see the press conference?
No.
Ooh.
What happened with the press conference?
Like, before the show. Like, he just came out and everyone else was getting, like, for Japan, kind of like big ovations and stuff. Big Mike came out and it was strangely silent, shall we say.
Strangely silent for Japan.
No, it was just strange. Yeah, strangely silent. Even Japan's not that loud. And this was still quiet. Like, it's like, oh, Mike. Rumours that we might not be seeing any more of him for a while in New Japan because of this fiasco.
Yeah, that Twitter stuff that we kind of touched on, but we didn't get into a lot.
Also, rumours have it that was War Machine's last.
Yeah, apparently they're off to WWE now.
Yeah, apparently.
Good for them.
We'll wait and see.
No, like I've been hearing that it's definitely they've been signed. That's them finishing up their commitments they already have. But right, just before we get into this, then War Machine straight to the main roster or NXT?
NXT.
Yeah, because I think NXT need the tag division. They've got 3 tag teams.
Plus, they could have some phenomenal
Actually,
matches
no,
with Sanity.
They've got about 5 tag teams now, I beg your pudding. They've got Sanity, Authors of Pain, I've completely forgot about them. Undisputed Era. Then they've got Street Profits.
Authors of Pain are on borrowed time in NXT now, though. They're going up soon.
I would say
I
so.
wouldn't be surprised if they go up Rumble weekend.
Like the Raw after? Yeah, probably. That's probably why they've not been on telly very much.
Or maybe even during the Rumble. If there's a tag match, they might interfere and just destroy everybody.
Okay.
I didn't mean during the Rumble match, I meant...
Yeah, because I was going to say that would be really awkward if, like, introducing next, Akam! And they're like, huh? Why?
Nah, I think if there probably will definitely be a tag title match of some description on the Rumble pay-per-view.
I'm trying to think, like, who's in a feud right now? Like, technically, like, I guess the biggest tag team feud right now would be Benjamin and Gable against the Usos, because I don't know if you've seen SmackDown.
That's the type of match that they could come in and just completely fucking destroy. Because they could destroy all 4 of them.
It makes more sense because, like, they're running with a story now that, like, I don't know if you've seen SmackDown, but Shelton and Gable won the belts, and then this fucking referee hodgepodge thing that they just selectively think is cool when another ref can run out and go, oh no, that decision was bullshit. It's like, why wouldn't you do that any other time? A fucking match is bullshit. I hate that. Like, see if you're going to do it, make it constant, or no, don't do it at all.
Yeah.
So the match got reversed. The Usos won, still tag team champions, yada yada yada. So like they can maybe have their match at the Rumble. Then Authors of Pain could come out during the match, get a DQ. Then like Shelton and Gable can still be like, right, what the fuck? We've still not had this match.
A fair shot.
Yeah, because we won the belts and then we got screwed by the referee.
Yeah.
And then just kind of go on from there. I kind of like that idea, so book it.
There you go, Vince. There's another one from free. Courtesy of the Turn Heel podcast.
You're welcome. But anyway, so never openly 6-man tag team championship 5-team turmoil match. Suzuki Gun come out first with Lazuka, Zack Sabre Jr., you know, representing our British compadres, which there was a good couple of on the show.
There was, like, and one of them had the fucking best entrance of the night, I thought.
Yeah. Which
we'll get to later on.
Lazuka, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi against Big Mike and War Machine. Elgin throws 2 men early on, as is prone to do. Just chucks old Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. over his head. Let's face it, that shit's still fucking impressive. One guy throwing 2 other grown men.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. Can't deny that.
Taichi with the bell hammer attacks Hansen. Hansen with the moonsault but misses. Taichi Taichi distracts the ref. Lazuka with the iron glove. Obviously these are all just bullet points. And then Zack Sabre Jr. chokes out Raymond Rowe for the submission.
Was that submission though?
No, it was a pass out.
They made it very clear he didn't submit.
Yes, I beg your pudding. Nice one. Nice save.
Got you, bro. I got you.
I know, I think it was like, there was just too much chaos. Actually, I did wrote Sabre chokes out Rowe for the first elimination. Just got my wires crossed. It's just...
They did make a massive point about that not being a submission.
So you try to take these notes though while still watching, like you're
I
like,
know that. I'm just saying that they did, like, they were pure like, Raymond Rowe did not submit.
He did not tap out. He did not give up.
Yeah, so fucking kudos to them. Like, given it's that probably was going to be the last New Japan show.
Well, they did
Did they do New Year's
Dash, yeah.
Well, okay, that was going to be the last big one. Because I know most people that fucking watched Wrestle Kingdom didn't watch New Year's Dash.
Yeah, definitely.
That I know of anyway. I had the fullest of intentions of watching it, but because, as you might have picked up on earlier when I was talking about a flat, I'm moving soon.
Yes.
So I would need to do more hours in work, so I've just not had time to watch it because Sunday's normally my day off and I had to do a fucking shift. We were going to record this on Sunday, but I was like, I need more hours. They went, can you work Sunday? I'm like, fuck.
God damn it.
I can't ask for more hours than knock back the first offer they give me.
You bastard.
I'll get you next time.
So Suzuki Gun advance. Next team, Chaos, Yano. Fuck. Let's take that again from the top. The team, Chaos. The competitors, Toru Yano, Tomoishi. Is that his name? Tomohiro Ishii. God damn it. I'm butchering these names. And Beretta.
That's why I'm letting you do this, man.
I know. Fuck. It's just, it is a lot. It's really difficult. I know these names, but like, see when having to say them all one after another, God, it's difficult. It is quite easy to mix up. Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, and Beretta. Trent? Beretta? Match starts on the ramp. Sabre with a punt kick, almost taking Yano out. Lozuka tries to attack Yano. Yano counters, low blow to Taichi. Suzuki Gun are out. Fair enough.
Was it a low blow and a roll up, was it?
Yeah. That's exactly right. Just, see, to be honest, I think my shit made sense at the time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's always the case. See if I watched this and we recorded it the next day. Probably would have made sense. Doesn't now. It's like 4 days ago later. Anyway, match. Wait. No. Yeah, there we go. Jesus. Like, I think I scrolled down accidentally. So, Chaos advance, Suzuki Gun are out. The next team, Taguchi Japan. That's Togi Makabe, Juice Robinson, and Ryozuki Taguchi. Fucking hate Taguchi.
Who was doing fucking a weird gimmick and I forgot what it was.
He came out with a football.
Oh, yeah, the coach
the
gimmick.
Captain, or the
captain,
coach.
yeah,
Same difference, aye. I think they were explicitly calling him the coach. So there was a rough collision, like, with Robinson and Yano early on. It looked like Juice was going for, like, a crossbody, but, like their legs intertwined and their fucking bodies intertwined, and it looked really awkward. And then I just wrote, I hate Taguchi. Pretending he's Nakamura, goes for the butt face move.
Butt face.
The one move that he does.
Fair enough.
Goes for the butt face and Yano counters a roll up. 1, 2, 3. That's them out. Good. Fuck off. Chaos then take on the Bullet Club. That's Tamatonga, Loa, and Bad Luck Fale.
You're usually good at pronouncing these names.
I know.
That's why I put you in charge of this.
I know.
That's why you were delegated this. And why you were delegated it in the last episode.
Probably still be able to pronounce them more than you.
True.
That's not even meant to be a burner.
If you want to hear a really fucking funny segment of me trying to fucking pronounce things, listen to the latest of Haunting Inn. You heard a little bit of it when I was flicking through it, but we were trying to pronounce the Gaelic of something. It's cringy. So yeah, check that out. Find us on Facebook at Haunting Inn and on iTunes and all that stuff. Yeah, it's cringy, but I still feel that I was the closest to getting it right.
Let's just say foreign languages aren't exactly our forte.
Do you know the worst thing is? Gaelic isn't a foreign language.
No. But
it is our national language. That's what we should be speaking.
And it's the most disgusting language. The most disgusting. Like, it's worse than French.
Ooh, yeah, to be fair, it is.
I'm sorry for...
It's very, very similar to French, though. It's got the very... Ugh.
Like you're fucking bringing up spit.
Yeah. But if you want to laugh, check that episode out. It's interesting.
Which I will tomorrow.
Thank you.
probably would have checked out by now had my podcast provider let me know. Yeah. And I don't mean you, I mean like the Podbean app that I'm subscribed to you on. So yes, the final match. Chaos take on the Bullet Club. So that's Tama Tonga, Loa, and Bad Luck Fale. So Fale into the exposed turnbuckle. Yeah, so obviously Yano fucking exposed that, as he's prone to do. Fale in the exposed turnbuckle, Tonga into the buckle, and constantly struck by Ishii. Ishii tries for the brainbuster and German suplex on Fale, but ends up in the exposed turnbuckle. Ishii tries again and connects. This was awesome when he got fucking Bad Luck Fale up for that brainbuster. Beretta goes for a moonsault, but Tonga catches Beretta with the gun stun, which is essentially the RKO, mid-flip. Beretta looks out on his feet, but manages to get Tama Tonga into the Dude Buster and wins the titles. So, no selling from Beretta, as I've seen a lot of people bitch about online, but new champions, the never six-man open weight.
The never open weight six-man tag team champions.
That's what I said.
I said that without notes. Granted, I've been thinking about it for the last 5 minutes as to how it's actually said.
I know, tell me about it. Like, apparently the whole point of it being called the Never Championship was, back in the day, like, New Japan were going to have an offshoot, like, kind of promotion, or like, you know, like a sister promotion called Never, and that was meant to be their main championship, but then that never came off the ground, but they made the belt, so there was like, right, fuck it, let's just use the belt and just call it Never Openweight title.
Did you listen to Jericho's podcast with Don Callis last week that I told you to listen to? Nah. Okay, fair enough.
I will at some point.
No point in this conversation yet, then we'll save that for a future one. He asked Don Callis in it where he thinks New Japan has too many titles.
Okay.
I thought that was quite interesting. There's no point talking about it now if you haven't listened to it, so we'll save that for a future episode. We'll save that for a slow news week. We'll go back and talk about it.
I know, but I kind of want to talk about it now.
Alright, okay.
Like, what do you think?
I think there's something in that. I think there maybe is too many belts.
Yeah. Because not only with that, but back in the day, I don't know if they even still do this anymore. I don't think they do, but on top of all the belts that they had, they also had, like, NWA belts on the line. Back when that was the thing. Fucking Rob Conway was on fucking New Japan shows. If anyone remembers that guy.
I remember him.
Just look at me. In our sight to see. Yeah,
I fucking hate the fact, right, that...
Great theme music.
This annoys me, right? I hate the fact that they've got all these belts in New Japan, right? But they still continue to do the Ring of Honor title matches. When the fucking Ring of Honor title never, ever changes.
It did last year.
Did it?
Yep. Kyle O'Reilly came in the champion and Adam Cole beat him.
You're right.
Adam Cole, baby!
Never mind, but my point is completely invalid, so you are correct.
I know, but like I also thought that going into the match, because like the year before, it was Jay Lethal and Michael Elgin for the belt, and I was like, oh man, maybe they might change it on this big show, because they've been building to Michael Elgin winning the belt back after everything that happened, and no, Jay Lethal just cheated and won, and I was like, well, that puts away any trust I have in the Ring of Honor title changing. So then the next year when they done it, I was just like, okay, so Kyle O'Reilly's going to retain his belt, and then Adam Cole won, and I was like, what? What just happened?
Yeah, no, you're right. Fucking, I completely forgot Adam Cole won it.
Just because it was that shocking.
Let's move on from this arse I've just made it myself.
You know. But I mean, like, see when you defend a title from another company in a different company, like the way that you seen a Ring of Honor title match in Discovery a couple of weeks ago. Like, most of the time you are probably just like, yeah, this isn't going to change.
Yeah, see, the thing is, though, like, this is what was great about Corey. Is that, seeing that show, when I get announced as a Ring of Honor title match, we were all like, fucking, we all know who's winning this.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, we knew who was winning it anyway. But Corey did such a good job of making BT look like a star.
Yeah.
You thought he might do it.
Uh-huh.
Like the fact that BT kicked out the Crossroads.
Yeah.
See, when he kicked out the Crossroads, all of a sudden there was just this fucking oral belief about the crowd.
Definitely.
Right, like, holy shit, he might do it.
There's a chance now.
And then fucking, when he hit the booty shaker, everybody was like, oh my god. And then fucking obviously Corey kicked out of that, and it was like, But for that brief second after he hit that booty shaker, after kicking out of Crossroads, you were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Plus, I also love that name, the Booty Shaker.
He's booty.
Which is for anyone that's not a British wrestling fan or doesn't really follow British wrestling or American listeners. How do? The Booty Shaker is essentially a code breaker.
Yes. But his nickname is Booty.
Yeah, his nickname's Booty, that's why it's the Booty Shaker. But
why is that?
I don't know, actually. You should have to get him on the podcast and ask. BT Gunn, if you listen.
Why?
Yeah. A, why'd you listen to us talking shite? B, let us know, please. Or if anyone else in the fucking world knows. Well, I say the world. If anyone else in the wrestling world knows, please hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Heel Podcast and let us know.
Sorry, I've just I got lost when you said talking shite. I was like, what is that, like the after show of Turning Heel, where it's like instead of talking smack, it's talking shite.
By the way, ICW should do that. Do you know what? I'm going to tweet them. I'm going to tweet them just now and say they should totally do that.
They should do an after show for their big shows called Talking Shite. Damn it.
So what was next?
My face hurts.
All of our faces hurt after that. Fucking talking shite. It's got to happen. It's got to be a thing.
Yeah, totally. Right, so next match, Kota Ibushi versus Cody.
This was a great match.
I know.
I really fucking enjoyed it.
Terrifying at some points.
And during this match, Ring of Honor, being the cunts that they are, did you see their announcement?
No.
As soon as this match finished, they announced that in New Orleans, they have booked Kota Ibushi. But the show that he's on
is sold out.
Nope. Clashes with TakeOver.
No. Have you got TakeOver tickets?
Yes.
Them's the breaks, man. But
to be honest, though,
be honest, I think that's kind of ROH's thing. It's like
we're going to get Omega on that show as well.
Sell your TakeOver tickets.
We are thinking about it. We're seriously considering it.
Unless, like, you really got to think about it, though. Like, hold off for a little bit, just in case, because I'm almost convinced that maybe Aleister Black is going to be in the main event of that TakeOver, taking the belt from Almas.
I think so as well.
And that's got to be something to see.
I think I might wait until the card's announced for TakeOver. Because we'll know about 6 weeks in advance because of the pre-tapes.
Yeah.
So I might wait until the card.
6 weeks of spoilers.
I might take that risk to see what the card is. Because if the card isn't anything spectacular, then I might have to go to this Ring of Honor show. I know. Because I've never seen Ibushi. I've seen Kenny Omega before, but I've never seen Ibushi.
I don't think I've seen Ibushi. Have I? No, don't think so. Have I? No. No, because I'm pure thinking about Rev Pro, but you were there, and obviously if you haven't seen him, then I've not seen him. I don't think I've seen him.
If I talk about the Rev Pro shows that Okada was on, I was not...
The only two Rev Pro shows I've ever been to, and you were there with us.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, I wasn't a huge Japanese wrestling fan then. He could have been on that show, and it would have meant nothing to me. So he could have been. I don't think he was, because he's so good, I'm pretty sure I'd remember it.
Yeah. Aye, I definitely don't think he was. But I'm pure thinking about, like, was there another time? I don't know. I don't think there was. But I'm getting myself, like, in a muddle now.
Yeah, let's move on from it. But yeah, it's an option. Let's just say.
So, what do you think of Cody's new hair?
We were talking about this during the show. I like it purely for the fact that he's done it just to piss people off. He's done it just to get more heel heat.
In what way? Why would that piss people off?
Because he's just trying to be your dad.
Oh, better start eating, kid.
But you know that's why he's done it. Because he's kind of like Amma Rhodes. Fucking 2 minutes just to shove the fact Amma Rhodes down your throat.
Wrestling has more than one family.
That's essentially what he's doing. He's shoving the fact that he's a Rhodes down everyone's throat to the point where he's dyeing his hair blonde and fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I like it because it's a great way to build some heat on yourself because people will just be like fucking right, okay, yeah, that's cool. Your dad was Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, your dad was Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, Cody, we fucking get it. That's essentially what he's doing.
I guess.
And I quite like that. Personally.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. Like, I actually think it looks a bit weird now because it's just been freshly bleached.
Yeah.
But see when it starts to become...
I saw him live 3 weeks ago and he still had the dark hair.
Yeah. I think it was freshly bleached at the ROH show where he lost the belt. Like, he may have done it, that afternoon. But, I get the feeling like seeing him a couple of weeks when some of the bleach kind of fades a wee bit and starts to become a bit more of a dirty blonde. I think that would be a really cool look. But we'll see whether or not he fucking keeps it for that long, or if he's just kind of done it because he knew Final Battle was, at the end of December, and then bring it along to Wrestle Kingdom, then just changes back. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened in this match, guys? Fill us in.
Okay. So, Ibushi with a crossbody over the top rope takes out both Rhodes. This was a couple of minutes in, but this was the first highlight. In fact, you know what? It didn't even take out both Rhodes. Cody moved. It took out Brandy specifically. But
this was great though.
This was a great segment.
Great spot.
Ibushi feels so bad that he took out Brandy that he scooped her up in his arms, just like, someone help her. And as he does that, Cody just punches him square in the face. And then the both of them, he falls backwards with Brandy still in his arms.
Brandy.
And then Brandy wakes up and just starts laughing in his face. Oh, and Cody's on the other side, just like, you fell for it, you're a dick. He's not a dick. As we'll find out. She's fine. That's what I wrote. Take that whatever way you want. Or
I have said nothing.
Or in my case, every way.
I've said nothing.
It does remind me of this one clip from an ROH show where Cody Rhodes was like on the mic, like, and he was like just cutting down the crowd, and then there was just one guy in the audience who goes, "Hey Cody, where's your hot as fuck wife?" And then the whole crowd just went, "Yeah!"
Oh, did we talk about this in the last episode? About the guy on Twitter?
I don't know, I don't think so.
The guy that met, the Irish guy that met Cody Rhodes in Dublin?
No,
They got him to sign his Intercontinental title?
No.
Oh, this story, man. This story's amazing. Right, basically this guy went to a over-the-top show that Corey and Brandy was on.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the rest of Bullet Club. And he gave Corey his Intercontinental title to sign.
Uh-huh.
So Corey signed his Intercontinental title.
What kind of belt was it?
Well, a replica. I don't know what version it was. I don't know if it was that version or what, but he gave him the Intercontinental title to sign. So he signed it, and the two of them were talking. And whilst the two of them were talking, fucking Brandy signed it. And his post on Twitter, he didn't even tag Brandy in it, right? He just put a thing on Twitter and he was like, "Does anyone know how to remove a signature off a replica belt? Because Brandy Rhodes has just signed my Intercontinental title." And then Brandy fucking responded.
Oh, no.
So she was obviously fucking searching her own name on Twitter.
Maybe
And
she's
she's
maybe.
And she's like that because you asked me to sign it, and he was like, "Hen, I can assure you, I didn't ask you to sign it."
I mean, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and not have her searching her own name, but maybe she has one of those things set up where if she's mentioned in something, it'll come up. But still, wow. But it's just the fact that like she could have looked at that and just went, "Who cares?"
You should have responded.
But she responded.
But the thing is, see this guy, right? I'm in a Facebook group for belt collectors because, as
Is
most
he there?
people know,
Yeah.
I like collecting belts.
You dick.
And he's on that Facebook group, right? And fucking someone posted, it's like, has anyone got an Intercontinental title signed by Brandy Rhodes? Got €1,000 waiting. And the guy just responded like, "Fuck you."
€1,000, is that a lot?
€1,000, it's about fucking 900 quid. It was a piss take, obviously.
I know, but I was just like, is €1,000 a lot of money in general?
Well, it's more or less pound for euro.
I guess.
So it's the better part of $1,000. Aye.
Fair enough.
€1,000 waiting for a signed Intercontinental title by Brandy Rhodes.
That is really funny. Like, aye.
Anyway, that's not the point.
How
of the
long have you
podcast,
had that Intercontinental title?
That's the first belt I ever bought. I've had that about 5 years.
And as much as
It was still in use when I bought it.
I've got to understand your reaction when I say it, but would you not have been tempted to go down to that SWE show that China was at to get that signed?
I wish I did now. Totally wish I did now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hindsight's 2020, as they say.
yeah, I'll be getting Jericho to sign it in a couple of weeks though.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even purchased a Chris Jericho nameplate for it, for the purposes of that. And I might even pay the extra 20 quid and get him to sign my pop vinyl as well.
And then you give it to me.
It's not how this works, Chris. It's
Yes,
not
it
how
is.
this works.
Yep, definitely is. So Cody takes advantage of the match as Brandy Rhodes steals Kevin Kelly's chair. And Cody cheers up Ibushi. Ibushi comes back with an awesome triangle moonsault to the outside. Patented.
Nailed it.
Yep. Crossroads off the apron to the floor, which was the scariest thing I've ever fucking seen.
That in all seriousness should have been the finish.
Yeah. Like, scared the fuck out of me. Like, to the point where I literally, put both arms over my head and just kind of cradled my head like, oh my god, I just watched a human die. Ugh.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Terrifying. But it's like the fact that like Kota also spiked on his head for like a brief second and just kind of flopped over, and it's like, how? Oh, fuck. Cody with a springboard Hurricanrana for 2. That was new from Cody. The Crossroads was countered, and Crossroads countered, and Cody goes head first into the corner. Yeah. Lash ride from Kota for 2. Huge knee by Kota after a missed disaster kick, and then the Phoenix Splash for the 3. Kota beats Rhodes.
I did like how Don Callis was kind of selling that match though. After obviously Cody losing the ROH title, it was like this match is must win for Cody.
Yeah,
and then he lost. So I'm interested to see where they go with that.
They were kind of saying like this is essentially a number 1 contenders match without calling it that, because like the two of them were obviously in prime position for it. So it'd be interesting to see if Kota Ibushi does end up going up to the next level after this. Because he's been there before. He's had heavyweight title shots, but just never came out the champ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but we'll see what happens in the future. But here's hoping for him. Coming up next, Los Ingobernables de Japón. Evil and Sonata take on the Killer Elite Squad of Lance Archer, I think he's gone by these days, and
yes.
Your favourite wrestler, David Boy Smith Jr.
Let's not get into it. I saw a great tweet though during this match.
Yeah,
it was like that awkward moment where you dress like your dad in the 90s.
Yes. Which you did.
It fucking totally did.
So, like, I've not watched New Japan as much recently as I used to, but back when I used to watch it almost religiously, which hopefully I'm going to get back into this year, and hopefully you might join me in doing
I'm
so.
actually going to try and, because, see, to be honest with you, I keep watching WWE out of habit, but I'm so bored with WWE just now. I kind of need something to get more excited about.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I'm probably... Plus, to be honest, once I move into the new gaff, I'm not going to be out drinking as much, because I'm not going to be able to afford it, A, and B, because I'm going to have an entire flat to fucking wonder about.
Yeah.
Instead of just this wee fucking jail cell. Do you know what I mean?
Jail cell of a room. But I mean, like, obviously we're not going to cover every single, like, New Japan show, but I think, like, every somewhat big show, like, there's 2 shows coming at the end of January, like the new beginning shows.
No, I think we should do also Wrestle Kingdom, which this is the second Wrestle Kingdom we've covered, I believe.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure we did last year.
We talked about it roughly, but this is a more in-depth version.
Yeah, absolutely. We should cover Best of Super Juniors, the G1, World Tag League.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, man. I'm well up for covering that.
I mean,
but
plus stuff like Dominion and stuff like that, because that's where
as well.
That's where Kenny and Okada had their hour-long match last year. That's a big show.
My problem is with New Japan, like, I struggle to find 3 hours a day. 3 hours a week to watch Raw. But when you've got things like Super Juniors and Tag League, we are talking 3 hours a day for the better part of 10 days.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
And, fucking, what do you call it? The G1 Climax is about 20 odd days long.
Yeah. 3 hours a day for 20 days.
But, well, it's not really, though. See if you cut out the guff, like the random tag matches from the A block when the B block is wrestling. Just cut that out. Just watch the tournament matches. That's an hour and a half. Surely you can find it.
I could do that, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, because, like, I used to try and watch the full shows. I'm bleeding.
Why? How the fuck are you bleeding? I didn't punch you that hard.
You didn't punch me at all. I think I just thought of it and my mouth just started bleeding. See if you just, like... Yeah, for stuff like that. It's pretty much any New Japan show. See if you cut out the kind of random tag matches that don't matter at the beginning of the show. Like, kind of the first half of the show. Maybe up until the first half main event. It's probably the first main match you should watch. Because it's important. And then from there on, after the break, is where all the major stuff happens. I would say, like, yeah, like, it's not that hard to watch New Japan. It's just, I feel as if every now and again, like, I miss people like Jushin Liger and a fucking random 10-man tag, and it's like, well, I always see Liger.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But anyway, obviously, as I say, it's all up to you. Like,
we'll see how the year pans out.
We'll see how the year pans out. I mean, obviously, we're still going to watch the Rumble.
Oh, yeah, oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be my quote-unquote flatwarming.
I'm so excited. 2 Rumbles in one night.
Yeah, we've had this discussion. Although, see, the closer I'm getting a bit more excited about it now.
Mm-hmm.
I like...
The potentials of the Women's Rumble, though.
Let's not get super into this, right? But just my thinking of it was a lot of people complain about gimmick pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell and fucking...
TLC.
TLC
is quite a...
And it's just like, they're complaining because there's too much of the same thing. But then when 2 Rumbles were announced, everyone was like, yay! And I was kind of like, well, this is what you've been complaining about for years.
They shouldn't have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches because it makes one of them not as important.
That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, that was where I was coming from. For me, like, I felt as if I was being hypocritical by saying I was excited about 2 Rumble matches after complaining about everything else being too much. And I think that's a fair point of view.
From you, yeah. I mean, like, I don't... I enjoy more is more, to be honest. Like, I watch, like, everything I can.
Yeah, I get that. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is a future episode.
This is a New Japan episode, not a WWE episode.
Yes, exactly.
Los Ingobernables versus the Killer Elite Squad. Archer wastes a lot of water, is my first note.
Top class journalism, Chris. Well done.
Well, his gimmick is he comes out to the ring and spits water over the crowd. Like, he literally just goes... Sorry.
Yeah, I think he just slabbers.
Spat all over it. But yeah, like, he literally just, like, glugs, like, half a bottle of water and spits it over people, and he went through about 8 bottles by the time he got in the ring. It's dedication. I mean, it is Wrestle Kingdom. It's the biggest show in the New Japan calendar. You need a lot of bottles of water to spit at people.
Oh,
that's a long ramp, that is.
That's a given.
That's a long ramp. Then you need to cover the side people, and yeah, you know. So, the Killer Bomb in seconds that almost pinned Evil. They probably would have actually pinned Evil had they not got confused at who was meant to fucking pin him. Because, so the powerbomb happens where Davey Boy Smith is sitting in the powerbomb position, which is technically a pin. But then, like, Archer kind of scrambles over him, and Davey's, like, trying to shuffle away while Archer's trying to pin him, and then Sanada manages to get back in and break up the count.
Are you implying that Davey Boy Smith is a bit incompetent?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm sure there's people that won't agree with you. It's not like there's one sitting beside you that completely agrees with you. Well, you know. Yeah, fuck Davey Boy Smith there. I said it. Move on.
There you go. So Evil's still knocked out after the powerbomb. So Killer Elite Squad actually allow Sanada to tag in at one point, which was weird. So Sanada was thrown to the outside, and then Killer Elite Squad just kind of destroy some young boys for a bit.
Kevin Kelly kept saying something during this match which really bugged me.
That being?
He kept calling them the KES Squad.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, because
the S is the
squad. So it's just KES, not KES Squad.
They're not called the Killer Elite Squad.
But that just came back to me, and it's the only time I'll ever defend Davey Boy Smith Jr., but yeah, that was really fucking bugging me.
So then Archer chokeslams Evil on top of all the men on the outside. The Killer Elite Squad stay in the advantage for a while. Evil knocked off the apron. Yeah, no, that does make sense, sorry. So Evil was knocked off the apron again, like, while Sanada was trying to make a tag, and I just thought that this kind of made Evil look a bit like a bitch so far, because Evil has been made to look really big. Like, this year, he actually holds the pinfall victory over Okada in a tag match, so much that he got a championship match against Okada at one of these most recent shows.
Before I forget, because I will forget,
okay.
Right? Can I, because you're the New Japan guru here, right? To the point when you know the answer to this, right? I am pretty sure I heard Don Callis say that Kenny Omega holds 2 pinfall victories over Okada. Did he pin him in a tag match? That's the only thing we could come to that the other time he pinned him.
Then probably.
Or
obviously,
or the Don Callis just fuck up.
He probably did, but I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, New Japan have so many tag matches that
it very could have possibly happened.
Yeah,
but he said it, and like me and Eddie looked at each other, and I was like, "I'm pretty sure he only has one." Eddie's like, "I'm pretty sure only has one."
Eddie follow every show.
I thought he did, but as to fairness though, it's almost impossible to follow every New Japan show.
Yeah, tell me about it. I tried for so long.
It's almost impossible.
It really is.
But I just would have thought it's something I would have heard about if it happened.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But if it is, it's probably going to be just one of these, like, shows. It's like, oh, well,
I could completely see it being a Chaos versus Bullet Club match.
Mm-hmm. Which it probably was.
Where he's pinned them. But
obviously
they clearly didn't make that big a deal of it, because I cannot for the life of me remember this second pinfall victory. Anyway, that's sorry.
But yeah, like, obviously,
that was by the by, just well I remembered.
Obviously, the one pinfall that he did get over him was in
the G1.
The G1 at the bracket breaker thing, whatever you want to call it. So Evil finally gets into the match and starts to clean house. Archer uses a Spanish fly. Yeah. Spanish fly, because They were like, "Oh my god, Lance Archer with a Spanish fly!" Like, Lance Archer didn't flip; he just kind of fell backwards, and Evil flipped over.
Yeah.
So it was literally just a superplex. But they were like, "That's a Spanish fly," and it's like, no, Archer didn't flip at all. Just no. I just found that really funny. Killer Elite Squad with the heart attack. Sonata kicks out from the killer bomb, which was fucking big. Killer Elite Squad go for it again. They connect. Evil breaks it up. The STO to Archer, which takes Archer out by Evil. Then the Magic Killer by Los Ingobernables, but David Boy Smith kicks out. So Sonata up to the top rope, moonsault. 1, 2, 3. New tag team champions, Los Ingobernables de Japón.
And at this point, every title that's been on the line has changed hands.
Indeed. Can. Empty can. Empty can.
Does whatever an empty can can.
Can an empty can an empty can can.
That's kind of a
how much cans,
Spider-Man reference.
How much cans can an empty can if an empty can cans?
How many cans can an empty can if an empty can could can?
Cans. Coming up next.
Yes. Yeah, fuck Davey Boy Smith Jr. if I didn't make that clear enough earlier.
Hiroki Goto takes on Suzuki, fucking Minoru Suzuki, if you will, for the Never Openweight Championship with both hair on the lines with no seconds involved. Remember, we got really confused at that stipulation last week. Now it makes much more sense. Both of them have the hair on the line, no seconds in the corners, so no backup. And the Never Openweight title's also on the line. So, pardon you.
It was kind of a fun match.
This was quite interesting. So, match starts off with a fist fight. Suzuki tries to lock in the sleeper early. Suzuki hangs onto the sleeper, goes up onto the top rope, and essentially hangs Goto, which looked creepy as fuck, by the way.
Like, see, the thing is with this match, right? This is kind of the one match I've got a bit of a complaint about. Because Goto basically got his cunt kicked in the full match, and it's like, okay, he's clearly going to win. Like, but anyway, continue.
But it's just the way that, like, when he was hanging Goto, like, you know, like Goto's fucking eyes were pretty much rolling in the back of his skull.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking not cryptic, but you know what I mean, like pretty sinister.
Yeah, it was just creepy, as I put it. Suzuki sends Goto to the outside and cheers him up a bit. And then I just wrote Suzuki's the fucking man.
Fair point.
I love that guy. Suzuki sleeper again, countered at a back suplex with Goto with a reverse GTS. So that's his finisher, like.
Yeah, that looked brutal, if I remember correctly.
So it's
like how do you fucking take that? That's the thing that got me. I was kind of like, how do you take that? Because you're falling backwards onto someone's knee.
I guess it's just that
it's not as if you can land flat.
It's the legs, I think. Like, so he's gonna. I think.
Yeah, your legs clearly.
Your legs are first taking the impact, and then like maybe the meaty part of your back is taking the brunt of the knee. Is the assumption. I'm no wrestler.
But, yeah, like I'm no wrestler. I fucking trained for 16 weeks. Like that's about as fucking close as I get to being a fucking wrestler. But like, it's enough when I watch things I can kind of figure out how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But see that I just don't get it, man, because you're not in any control of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think your opponent's in any control. Obviously, someone's in control of something, but I just can't see it. So that makes it a very good wrestling.
I can get it to an extent, like unless like obviously the wrestler's landing on like more of the leg than the actual point of the knee. So like kind of on the thigh, like there. on this audio podcast while I point at things.
Yeah, but even still though, like, that's not you landing flat on your back. That's still going to hurt that section of your back.
Probably will
when you're
do
falling
a bit.
backwards, the point is you land completely flat,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore your weight is spread and you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, so that's why the legs are very important. Like, I think like most of the
it must be legs hit first.
yeah.
Leg takes the brunt of the weight,
Yep.
and then you're just kind of falling back the rest
Yeah.
of it.
So
But like it was one of those things. I seen it and I was like, holy shit, man.
oof.
I got it to be me.
But as that happens, here comes Suzuki Gun. Some members of Chaos come to cut them off. They brawl away. Amazing dropkick by Suzuki. A straight minute of slaps from Suzuki. Like, just, fucking, like, they just didn't let up. Like, he honestly just looked like this guy was getting beat into submission just by being bitch slapped in the face. But if you haven't seen this match, just for this segment alone, go back and watch this match. Because it's like the systematic beatdown of somebody. Like, see, the only thing that would have made this worse is if he clenched his fucking fist and was just bashing in his face. But even then, like, Japanese wrestlers, like, their slaps are almost as lethal as like a fucking... It's more like a palm thrust as opposed to just a bitch slap.
Oh yeah.
So it's like... But, like, it's just, oh, man. It was just rough. And then, the way that, like, just after that, then he locked in the sleeper hold. Then, kind of, like, went for the pillar. Bit my tongue there, sorry.
Then, you were buying time.
Yeah, no. Right. We good? I think so. I know. After you bite your tongue, like, you get really disorientated.
I know what you mean.
So after that, like, Suzuki went for the pile driver, which was countered. Goto's mouth is bleeding, possibly from all those slaps. 2 seconds. Page 2. Page 2 of notes. Yeah, so that was it. Like, Goto had the submission locked in. He went for the Gotch pile driver, but then Goto countered. Both were on the top rope at one point with a headbutt on Goto, which is scary after the Shibata incident. That's more or less cut his career short. If he comes back, good for him, but it's going to be a bit scary now. Suzuki locks on a different kind of sleeper on the ropes. Yep.
See Goto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the never openweight title, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Was that did Shibata hold that belt?
Yes.
Right.
I think he actually...
I saw a pretty cool thing on Facebook today at a press conference with Goto. I don't know. I just spoiled 2-1. But
what dick?
But it was a journalist had asked him about Shibata, and his response was, "I know as much as you do." Essentially, it's like, I don't know if he's ever coming back. I don't know, but if he does come back, then in my eyes, he is number one contender for his belt. And then fucking puts his hand on the belt, and I was like, "Ah, the feels, man."
In fact, he held that belt twice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Goto they were interviewing. It was someone anyway about Shibata, and that's what they said.
Yeah,
so I'm pretty sure it was Goto.
Sure, it would have been Goto because
But
the two of them were pals.
Yeah, he was
That's
like,
the whole...
it was like, as far as I'm concerned, he's always number one contender for his belt.
Mm-hmm.
So even though obviously Goto was the champion, he referred to it as being Shibata's belt. So I'm like, that's pretty fucking... That's sweet.
If it's going to be anybody's belt, it's Tomohiro Ishii's belt. He's held it about 5 times.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's my opinion. So, Suzuki locks in a different kind of finisher, or sleeper, sorry, on the ropes. But, an Ishigarachi from the second rope. So that's essentially the reverse GTS again.
Mm-hmm. Shivers down my spine.
Imagine that coming from the fucking top rope. Ishiguroshi, sorry. Stiff shots and a headbutt from Goto, and Suzuki just kept holding his arm. Goto with the Revolution, the Eye of the Hurricane on the knee, and that puts away Suzuki, which is quite bad. Like, so the Eye of the Hurricane is like it kind of holds him like that, has the arm around the head while the wrestlers facing upwards, and then just kind of turns around and drops like an elbow, but obviously then Goto like sticks out the knee, so you would land on the knee. But I think the Ishiguroshis are much more of a painful maneuver as a finisher. But Goto puts him away with that, and Goto wins the Never Openweight title. But that's not the end of the story.
Because they then got the head shaving.
Exactly. Suzuki-gun come out and try and take away Suzuki. And then, but Suzuki's groggy, so he's just kind of dangling over his compadres. And then when he kind of wakes up halfway down the ramp, he realizes, like, I've got to honor my situation. He walks back in the ring. There's a chair set up.
Like his own chair.
Exactly. He grabs a chair from the ringside area, smacks that chair out the way, and is like, this is my chair. And then he's like, give them. Takes the clippers, shaves off his own hair, and is like, just takes it, puts it on the chair, is like, there, that's what you fucking want, innit? And then just walks away. Like,
which is great, because see if that was a WWE stipulation, they would have
just ran away, and then that was it.
Exactly. They'd have ran away, then about 3 weeks later they'd have done the head shave. But I liked the whole fucking as soon as he realised that Suzuki Gun was taking him away from the situation, he was like, no, I made my bed, I'm going to fucking lie in it.
I have to honour my agreement.
Yeah. Made my bed, I'm going to lie in it.
Like, that's the thing, like, Suzuki is he's a little bit of like one of those kinds of heels that's like kind of, oh, I'll do whatever it takes to win. I'll cheat. I'll get like Suzuki-gun involved, and I'll take advantage of that. But like, see, as soon as he gets defeated, he's like, I says I would do this. You know what? No one else is doing this. I'll fucking do this. Like, I put myself in this situation, and nobody else is cutting my fucking hair. I'll do it because it's me. I'll fucking do it. And it's just like one of those honourable things. Honour.
Respect. What was next?
Coming up next is the 4-way for the Junior Heavyweight Championship
of the world
of Japan.
That's why I should be a ring announcer. If anyone wants to book me at Heel Podcast.
You know, I had a massive fucking daydream the other day, like, because I was so bored at work that I won the lottery and we opened Turning Heel Wrestling.
Oh, for fuck. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Christ, that'd be a disaster.
We were the commentators.
So basically it would have been like any of our other live commentaries where we didn't talk about anything that was going on in the ring.
No, I think it would be...
Match started. Yeah, but what if this happened?
Oh, there's a finish!
Oh, there's a finish. Yeah, all done.
I think we'd be a bit more professional if it came to our own wrestling company. I mean, like, sure.
That's the dream, to be fair.
'Tis the dream.
I'm such a daft mark, I want to own my own wrestling company.
But see, the genuine thought that I had was, and like this is part of the reason why it came up, is because Will Ospreay's in this match. He would be one of the people that I would mould my promotion around.
He'd be my champion, 100%.
I think this could be a potential episode one day.
Will Ospreay would be my champion.
Okay, so we've got a future episode in the works. One, like...
Will Ospreay would be my first choice champion, but if you're talking about having someone that is there all the time, Ospreay's champion. Mm. But frankly... frankly, the one person, if I could start a promotion and I could pick the one guy that was going to be my champion, Marty Scurll. 100%.
Right.
With Joe Coffey.
We'll hold that. We'll hold that. Shush. No.
I've already started
no,
now.
Don't.
Don't. This is the last thing I'm going to say.
No.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. With Joe Coffey is my big babyface chaser of the champion. That's how I would do it.
Right. You know what? See, the next time there's a slow news week.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's create our own promotion.
Turning heel wrestling. We'll both book a card.
TH stub.
We'll both book a card, our own card, and then
we have to do it in the way that, we have to do it fairly though. Now these things you get where I'll book a festival with $100, and it's got bands that are worth $50, bands that are worth $40. We need to do it that way. We have to book it with this amount of value, and these people fall into those brackets.
Well, if you want to figure that out, then fine.
I'll figure it out, no problem.
If you want to figure out that's fine. But what my logic was we'll both book a card, and then from the two cards we have, we then need to book a card.
Show.
We need to book a card together. Yeah.
The super card of heel.
The super. Oh, no, doesn't work.
TH dub.
So we'll book that.
And your face what culture? We could do it too.
We'll book this card as for lulz on an episode, and then see if one of us wins the lottery. You better believe this is the first show that's happening.
Or if any rich fucking investor that listens to us wants to chuck us a couple of quid to make it happen, we'll make it happen, motherfucker.
Fuck it, I'll even work for Watch Culture. Probably won't.
Did you just call them Watch Culture?
No, I probably just slurred halfway through.
Anyway, back to New Japan. That's what we're here.
Four-way junior heavyweight championship match.
Whoop whoop.
1, 2, whoop whoop. The champion, non-party Marty Scurll.
The villain,
Hiromu Takahashi, Will Ospreay, and Kushida. So let's talk entrances.
They were all shite apart from fucking Marty Scurll's, which was the greatest thing known to man ever.
Hiromu
wings?
Takahashi done the Rey Mysterio entrance, which is my first note. I love Will Ospreay's new theme song. I don't know how new it is, but the last time I seen Will Ospreay had that hey ho hey hey, that's all I've got to say theme song, and it was terrible.
Sounds like a fucking whiny emo.
Oh, it was bad.
Or a
But
whiny hipster.
the thing
Hipster.
The thing is, the lyrics, hey ho, hey hey, that's all I've got to say. And it's like, well, you didn't say it, and you just made random weird noises. But now his new song is by It Lives, It Breathes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fun fact.
Ah, fun fact indeed.
So, maybe after this we'll take a little commercial break. We can rock a little bit of that shit.
Maybe.
Because I was, as I said earlier, I was having a drink on Saturday on my own, and I listened to that song about 8 times throughout the night. Which is like every now and again I was clicking through YouTube and like, let's go back to that. Let's listen to that again. Ah,
fair enough.
Good stuff. But yes, needless to say, the non-party man, the villain himself, I keep going to call him Party Marty. It's
ingrained.
Yeah. Do you know what? Like the one other thing, and then I swear we're getting in this match. It's took this long, but it's finally on the internet of the clip of Marty Scurll being on Take Me Out.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that years ago.
I didn't know who he was at the time.
I seen that ages ago.
Yeah, I watched it while it was on telly, but I just watched that season of Take Me Out because it's quite a decent show. And then he just kind of wandered out one week, and he's like, "I'm a wrestler. I'm one half of the Red Pro Tag Team Champions with my partner Zack Sabre Jr." Fuck. I was about to say
that's a very poor impression.
I was about to say Zach Gibson, and it's like, no.
Although Zach Gibson should be one half of the tag team champions everywhere because he's awesome.
Future one half of the Turning Hill tag team champions.
Yep. And you know what? Zach could pick his own partner every week. That's actually quite a cool fucking gimmick.
Wasn't that
an interchangeable tag team?
Wasn't that technically what Luke King Sharp done when he was in Pro Wrestling Elite?
No, because Luke King Sharp won the tag titles in a handicap match, and then he was told to find a partner, and all his partners kept leaving him because he was that bad.
But they kept winning?
Yeah, but the other partners was like, I'm not tagging with you. The whole idea of everyone queuing up to tag with someone, I quite like that.
But that's gonna wait for our fantasy episode.
And there's someone that will be on my card, Luke King Sharp. Shout out!
Hell yeah! Yeah, I'm thinking we'll have a cruiserweight title.
Oh yeah,
or light heavyweight title. Anyway, right,
we'll get to that.
Seriously, this is going to be super fun now that we've brought this up because so many ideas, so little time. So yeah. Bro, holy crap, Skull's entrance is awesome. He pops up through the floor, has his regular mask, the goggles, the top hat, the long, awesome jacket.
Then the wings.
Then all of a sudden, giant ass fucking black angel wings. Or, well, I guess black angel wings, but...
See, I have a theory behind them. They looked like black angel wings, but really, they were black...
Crow's wings?
Chicken wings!
Chicken wings! Fair enough. But I mean, I went for Crow because the giant,
because
the mask,
mask. But yeah, no man, fucking chicken wings. That's why I'm going for it. Chicken wings. Which, you know what? See, if you asked them, I think he'd probably say that's what they were supposed to be.
Chicken wings. Nah, but see, if that was the case, he would have had them on his arm, so he would just go, bark, 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 bark. Like, he'd flap, like, his actual arms with chicken wings on it.
Well, considering he does the whole fucking chicken wing, thing.
He does.
It made a lot of sense, but yeah, I think they were supposed to be chicken wings. It's incredibly sinister looking chicken wings, I'll give you that. But chicken wings nonetheless.
See a guy dressed like that, and he's just giant fucking wings, like, coming towards me. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that guy. Especially when I know what he's going to do with your fingers.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get into that. I've made it quite clear. I actually don't like the whole bones not being what they should be.
I know, that's a very awkward moment for you, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to see a film yesterday. I'm not going to say what film it was because it would spoil it for some people.
Is it Star Wars?
No. But the film I went to see yesterday in the cinema, one of the actors got their ear chopped off and I had to go for a piss during that scene because I was like, I couldn't handle it.
That's not too bad.
It's totally not a spoiler.
It's not great, but I mean, it's not too bad. Like, bones not where they should be. Like,
I couldn't handle watching the ear getting chopped off, and apparently the scene is brutal. I don't think I'll spoil anything because it's probably going to be one of those things that everyone's talking about, that brutal scene from that film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I won't mention what film it is. You'll get there, the scene will happen, and you'll go, that's what he was talking about. But it's not, doesn't spoil any of the film or anything like that. But yeah, freak the fuck out me, man.
Right, so Skrull goes to the floor, and a cameraman misses Hiromu getting smacked by. I assumed it was Osprey. Like, it was just it sounded like a super kick, but like it sounded like a fucking shotgun, to be honest with you. But it was Skrull was standing on the floor, and now he goes, whoosh, and then Hiromu was on the floor, just like, and it's like, who the fuck done that?
Ow.
Ow.
Stingy heel kick.
Osprey uses Kushida to catch Skrull with a Hurricanrana, so pretty much ran off the back of Kushida at one point. Skrull superkicks Hiromu into a cameraman and then through the guardrail in one move. Skrull goes to get Hiromu and Kushida with a dive from the top onto both men. Ospreay climbs up one of the light rigs, like rig posts, whatever you want to call them, and does a moonsault on top of everyone. When Skrull bends a guy's arm and stops in it, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like backwards, and then just stomps on it. It's
just,
like
that's just
the easiest thing that could go wrong.
Marty is, though. They can make something like that. Even the finger crack. The finger crack that's nothing, but it's just all about how he can create that noise.
I still can't figure it out.
I can't figure it out either. I was actually at one of the Facebook wrestling groups I'm in. Someone had posted about that after the show. It's like, how does Marty Skrull do the finger crack thing? And I replied to it, and I was like, I'm the type of guy that likes to know how things work, as I'm pretty sure most of our listeners know, and you know. But it was one of those things where it's just so good. I replied to him, and I was like, that's for Marty to know and you not to. Mm-hmm. That's part of the magic.
But I mean, like, literally there was one point where I seen him do it, and I thought I almost kind of figured it out. It looks like he kind of, like, does that and kind of brings his hands together to kind of make the crack noise, but I still can't figure out how he makes it sound like a crack and not like
a slap.
A slap, like when you punch someone, like, oh, slap, slap. But
I think he's double jointed. I think somewhere in his body he's double jointed, and he can dislocate it and relocate it like that. And that's where the crack comes from. I'm convinced of it. It's the only way that I can think logically it can be done.
We need to get Marty on the show.
He's never going to tell us.
Well, maybe we could ask that off air and then keep that literally kayfabe.
Hey,
but it's going to drive me.
We're absolutely not recording here. How do you do the finger break thing?
I'm really tempted to ask him the next time I get a chance to meet him.
Which is why it's great being a wrestling fan located in Britain. Mm-hmm. We get to talk to these guys on a very regular basis. So
we get more of a chance.
Get it up, you America.
Well, see, to be honest, they could be like, yeah, well, we get to see Taylor Hendricks every week. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm going to a show. We are going to a show in a couple of weeks with Zack Sabre Jr.
Mm-hmm. Versus Joseph B. Coffey.
What does the B stand for?
Very much.
Anyway, keep going.
Double submission attempt and a double breakup. Skrull and Kushida, respectively, with the submissions. A hell of a sequence by all four men. So fast I couldn't write it down. But it ends with two meaty double clotheslines. So just two of them run at each other, smack. And then the other two run at each other, smack. All four men down. Oscutter countered into the chicken wing!
Chicken wing!
Kushida,
which is totally what his entrance was.
Kushida with a moonsault to pick that up. Hiromu with amazing belly to belly to Kushida in the corner. I love that there's a move called the Cheeky Nandos.
That annoys me. That really annoys me.
Why? The Cheeky Nandos kick?
No, because I fucking hate this pure, like, internet fucking... Oh, what's what I'm looking for?
Meme.
Not meme, but just this internet banter that all of a sudden becomes a thing. Oh, it's the Chicken Nandos.
But I mean, like, the fact that emojis apparently getting added into the dictionary, that kind of thing drives me nuts.
The only way that I can kind of find it funny, and they didn't do it this way, is if they kind of reference the chicken wing. Because Nando's is a chicken restaurant.
Yeah.
So if it was kind of positioned as a dig at Marty Skrull,
but I mean,
then
like,
yeah, I could get behind
like
it.
the fact that Will Ospreay's also British, like it'd be really bad if like it was like Kushida that was doing it. It's like, oh, that's a cheeky Nando's kick, and it's like, you're Japanese, you don't have Nando's in Japan, as far as I know.
They probably do. It's probably just a different name, and
But they wouldn't call it a Cheeky Nando's.
they might do just in Japanese.
Oh,
but
Cheeky Nando's.
But that's not the point, man. I hate this fucking lad culture that we have, where it's like, oh, Cheeky Nando's, man.
I know, I do hate the term Cheeky Nando's. I just find, like, the name Cheeky Nando's kick, because, like, the thing is, and this...
Ironically, I've actually met with Osprey in a Nando's. And it was the one directly across the road from the Brixton Academy at Progress last year.
Nice.
So I suppose at least he's actually a Nando's frequenter.
Indeed. But I just think the thing is, like, the fact that, like, it's a cheeky little kick. It is a bit cheeky because he, like, locks your head in and he's just like, kick. And it's like, oh, that's cheeky. There's a cheeky Nando's kick right there. But, yeah, I've lost my place now. Because I moved my phone, it just keeps resetting to the top of the page. Shooting star press by Osprey into a cutter by Scurll, so that's twice now that someone's came through the air and got caught with a cutter of some kind. Still looks amazing both times though.
Oh yeah.
I will never not be impressed by someone catching someone else.
In mid-air.
Yeah. Scurll with
the greatest mid-air catch I've ever seen was Randy Orton's RKO at WrestleMania 30 on Rollins. Catching him in mid-air.
It's up there. I'm still going to go with the one he done on SmackDown one time where Rey Mysterio was wrestling Finlay. The referee was distracted, and Rey Mysterio went off the top rope to do his usual flying bum thing. You know, the thing where he does like one leg over each side of your face. And then lands on your chest.
Top rope. Oh, fuck, what's that called?
Senton? No, it's not
Senton.
Senton.
No, it's the sitting Senton. I'm sure it's called.
Something like that. Anyway, he went for
the sit down Senton. I'm sure it's called the sit down Senton.
He went for that, and then Randy Orton, who was feuding with him at the time, slid into the ring while Ray was in the air, slid into the ring, then into the RKO. Like, the timing for that was so fucking precise. Because, I mean, it wasn't just he was already in the ring. He needed to get into the ring, stand up, get in RKO position. Incredibles.
Fair enough.
And
anyway, not another episode.
And that's me giving credit to Randy Orton, as you may know.
That is rare.
Yeah. That's how good he was back in the day when he gave a fuck.
Yeah, no it doesn't. Anyway, not another episode.
Yep. Scurll with an Oz cutter, which is the bounce off the middle rope cutter.
Yep.
Which Will Ospreay does, hence Oz cutter. But Hiromu with the save. Scurll with the wrist tape tapes Hiromu to the guardrail. I mean, it's one way to win on it. Like, I would do that in every Fatal 4-Way I was in, like, tape two of the people to the fucking side of the ring.
Then if you lose, it's your fucking fault.
Exactly.
Can't blame anyone else.
Yeah. Yep. So then he snaps the fingers for good measure. Kushida from the top with Ospreay into the hoverboard lock. As Ospreay tries to counter, it ends up in a triangle. So Will Ospreay was coming off the top, and Kushida, that wily little bastard, always manages to fucking get a hoverboard lock out of everything.
But what happens when you're travelling back from the future? Turn it down for what?
Too sweet. I mean, 3 sweet.
Yeah, 3 sweet. Don't get any fucking cease and desist.
We've
already had one.
We don't want to do a 1 sweet either, so we've got the 3 sweet.
The 3 sweet, aye?
Yeah.
Go the 3 sweet.
3 sweet.
But yeah, we've already had a cease and desist with WWE. We don't need another one.
Oh, turn down for what?
Still my greatest achievement. See, when I die, my gravestone is going to read Chris Hughes, loving father, brackets, possibly. Not so loving husband, receiver of a cease and desist from Vince McMahon.
It just says, loving father, Question mark. Loving father? Loving husband? And then
receiver of a cease and desist from Vince McMahon, and then just a stone cut out of me with the fucking 2 fingers, 2 thumbs up, like, yeah, that happened.
there's just a wee, like, cut of me in the corner that I've, like, engraved
I have to find that email. I'm going to print it and frame it, hang it on my wall.
Then if ever the day
I'll
comes,
Vinny off.
if ever the day comes and you get to meet Vince McMahon, you go up to him. What the hell is this shit?
I've met Linda.
How the fuck have you met Linda?
I told you this story.
I don't think you have.
I totally have.
Oh, I've been too drunk then.
Access in Orlando. Linda was walking through the floor with all this security, and she walked by us, and we were like, "Oh, Linda!" And she shook her hands, but wouldn't pose for pictures.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, I think probably if she wasn't walking through the floor with security, she might have posed for pictures, but security was like, "No." Because don't forget, man, she's Donald Trump's bitch now.
Indeed.
Vince just gets what's left there.
Yeah, well. Vince did pay $5 million.
That was bad, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Vince, I'm sorry. Please, like, don't. No, actually, no, fuck you. You said a cease and desist. Fuck you.
What the hell did you say about my wife?
That's it, though, man. Me and the Bucks have got something in common.
Yeah, you're all shit, and you try to steal stuff from me.
Yeah, I didn't try to steal anything. I just live streamed the start of WrestleMania.
You tried to steal from me, just like the Young Bucks tried to steal Too Sweet from my son-in-law, Triple H.
Yeah, fucking fuck Triple H. Anyway, not a WWE episode.
So, Will Ospreay. Oh, wait.
That's okay, guys. You can stop now.
Stop what? I just
Well, I always thought you were Vince. You saying Vince was actually here?
No, I just hung up on him. Like, when you started mentioning him, I just kind of dialed it up while you were rattling on, so that he could
dial up for Vince.
Wow. So, Ospreay breaks out with a power bomb into the corner. Skull with powder to the face. I wrote power for some reason. That's damn autocorrect right there.
I was going to say autocorrect. 100% autocorrect.
So, Skull with powder, yeah, because he pulled it out of this fucking toolbox on the floor. So, into the face of Kushida with the powder. Kushida counters the roll-up. Like, this was quite amazing. So Skull went for the roll-up. Kushida countered it in a roll-up driver, similar to what Trevor Lee does. Ospreay breaks that up. Hiromu comes back because Skull left the fucking toolbox right next to Hiromu, and there was scissors in there, so he managed to cut his way out. Which the camera decided to not show, which I thought was... So there was some points in this show that the camera work just wasn't good. That was one of them.
I agree with you. The way I found it was not the camera work wasn't good. Well, it absolutely wasn't good. But the camera work wasn't up to the scratch it had to be for how big this show was. Mm-hmm. And that's where, say what you want about WWE, but I can only think of one occasion.
With that.
I can only think of one occasion where they really fucked up the camera work.
That being
Royal Rumble 2015.
Pardon me.
No, Royal Rumble 2016. Number 3, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
With the camera stuck on Roman the whole fucking way.
But apparently that was an actual camera fuck up. Like the camera that was meant to be pointing towards the ramp didn't work or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the only time I can think where they have properly fucked it up.
Yeah.
And that was an equipment malfunction.
Yeah.
So like, give WWE their due, man. They can fucking nail the camera work.
They have every second
the production side
down to a point.
Yeah, because like, see, do you think AJ Styles' entrance video was just done to fucking done off the cuff, was it? Fuck.
No.
That was done so that camera pointed to the stage. I am phenomenal. That's why it fucking was done like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, like that's like 2 times, especially in this match, where something quite major was kind of missed. Like I just think just see at one point where you seen Hiromu like kind of rummaging about in the toolbox. That's all you needed. Or even if like you cut to him for 1 second, you seen him with scissors in his hand, like cutting the thing off. That's all you needed was to emphasize like. Will he be able to cut it off in time? Will he be able to get rid of this and then get in the ring? Because there's a pinfall happening. Quick. None of that. Like, But then, like, when he came in and broke up the count, that was quite exciting because you didn't think he was going to come back. But then, like, the commentators were just like, Hiromu found scissors in the toolbox. And it's like, okay, I guess we're just going to need to take your word for that. That's what he did.
Yeah. No, I'm completely on board with that, man. It was a bit because I was watching it and I was like, what do we do? But in fairness, though, see during this match, breakfast had just arrived and I was body eating beans at that point.
Why did you stick your balls in beans? That sounds quite painful. I mean, I love beans, but I don't love them that much that I would try and bone them.
Mate, I'll try and bone anything, but that's how I operate.
Fair enough. So Hiromu comes back like a house on fire. Hits Skrull with the time bomb for 2, which he kicks out of. Wrote kind of an accidental racist slur here. But I'm gonna vouch this here.
Can I before you do it?
Yep.
Can I just say this next line from Grizz is neither the view of Chris Hughes or the Turn Heel podcast. If the Grizz alarm was still a thing, it's not anymore because I lost it. But if it was, it would be sounding off right now. Grizz, what do you have to say?
The Brits take out the Japs with super kicks.
It's not that bad.
But there's people that think the term the Japs is really offensive, but I've also just kind of shortened the Brits as well, which we are.
No. Brits and Japs isn't that racist.
I know, but see people say
I think
Japs.
No. What you're thinking of is the Americans call the Japs as if it's a offensive term. Because it was always, after the Japs bombed us at
Pearl Harbor.
But it's not. I mean, that's no. I don't think that's that racist.
Okay.
I don't think that's racist at all.
Fair enough. But I mean, like,
it's abbreviation.
Like I says, like
it's like the Scots. It's like the English.
Yeah, there's
That's
like calling them the Ings.
Yeah, like it's. The Japs, I don't think it's that racist. I don't think it's racist at all. To be fair, I can understand why people might consider it as racist, depending on the context it's used.
Yeah.
I don't think that was used in a bad context.
But I mean, like, considering the fact that I also said that
if anyone disagrees, please don't let us know at Heel Podcast.
But my backup was I also used the Brits instead of the British.
But that's the point.
That's the exact same thing as saying the Japs instead of the Japanese.
Yeah, it's abbreviation. I don't think that's racist.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand why some people might take it as racist, particularly from the other side of the Atlantic, because they tend to talk about the Japs in a derogatory term when they're talking about Pearl Harbor and stuff like that. But it's just like the Scottish, the English, the
Welsh,
Brits, the Japs,
the Irish.
Yeah, I don't think that's. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I don't think I am.
Yeah, I felt a bit dirty writing it, but I was kind of doing it for short terms.
It's an abbreviation. It's not racist.
Death Valley Driver by Hiromu to Skrull. I believe this was on the apron. I didn't write it down, but I'm sure it was. Kushida with a sunset flip to Hiromu over the top rope down to the floor. Ospreay with a dive to the outside. Ospreay reverse 450 on Hiromu, who kicks out. The time bomb on a Ospreay, but Skrull pulls at the ref before the 3 count gets hit. Skrull with the umbrella beats up both Kushida and Hiromu. I wrote the Japs again.
I do not think that's a bad term. If it is, please let us know. But
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
When writing this, like,
I think
obviously,
it depends on the context.
it's literally because there's 2 British guys and 2 Japanese guys in this match, so he literally came in and hit Hiromu and Kushida with the umbrella first, so he hit the 2 Japanese people. So, to shorten it for my notes, I wrote the Japs.
The Scots, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Not Scottish, the Scots. That's
yeah,
not, that's
we
not
get called
racist.
the Scots.
That's not racist, so I don't think the Japs is racist.
I mean,
either.
even the Yanks. That's not really is it? Is that a bit of a blurred line?
Because the Yanks has nothing to do with their actual nationality in terms of our wordage of it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, like, if we call them the Merricks. Sean, you a Merrick?
Which, yeah, technically. No, I don't think the Japs is a racist term. I might be wrong, and do you know what? See, if I'm wrong, I am not intentionally wrong. I am not fucking... This is just my thinking on it. Because, like I say, it's like the Scots.
But it's also like, yeah, we have different ways of using words. Like,
Yeah.
like before when we said call
When you
us
call a spade a
spade.
spade. And do you know what? I heard Bruce Pritchard say that exact phrase on this week's episode of Sheet Radio.
Sheet Radio. So there you go.
Which is Pro Wrestling Sheets podcast. Bruce Pritchard was a guest.
I don't know, they had a podcast.
They do. And to be fair, I like it, but it's kind of a bit fucking annoying. Because it's just basically them going, oh yeah, we had this story before anyone else and all that, blah 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 blah.
Of course they did.
But I listened to it this week because I wanted to see if they mentioned the fact that Jericho called them out. Which is something we should talk about, but let's talk about it before the Jericho match.
Which is not next, but the match after.
Which is the thing about Jericho's dedication. Pretty sure you saw that.
Nope. So,
Right, okay.
wait till we get to it.
We'll get to it.
Because,
Talk about it. Yeah.
After that, the 2 Japanese wrestlers were taken out, and it was down to Ospreay and Mark Skrull. The whole build-up going into this was there's only going to be 3 things after the apocalypse. Cockroaches. No, it's not the apocalypse. It's 3 things in life. Like, I think it's like taxes.
Oh, fuck. It was taxis.
Why did I want to say cockroaches?
No, it was taxis.
Taxes, work, and Marty Skrull beating Will Ospreay. Something along those lines.
Something like taxes, work, and Skrull beats Ospreay.
Yeah. So,
Which actually,
because Will Ospreay is...
Which actually, see when you look at the record of the matches they've had throughout the world, it's true.
Yeah. We've seen Marty Skrull beat Will Ospreay once.
Marty Skrull was about, see if you factor 10 matches into it, Skrull was literally 73 up from every 10 matches.
Will Ospreay was Ring of Honor TV champion for 2 days. Then Marty Skrull beat him. Will Ospreay was New Japan.
No, 3 things that are guaranteed. Taxes, death. And Skrull beats Ospreay.
That's it. So, yep. Finally, Will Ospreay gets his win back. Will Ospreay hits the Oscutter. 1, 2, 3. Will Ospreay has finally pinned Marty Skrull. And you know what? Clearly this feud is going to continue.
Oh,
it's going to go in a one-on-one match.
It's going to be one of those feuds that just continues until the end of time.
It's going to go into a new beginning, and I expect you to watch this because, believe me, I am. And we will talk about this match, and we'll talk about how we've seen it live, and how it's going to be amazing again. But, yeah, Jesus, that was That actually probably so far was the best match of the night. That 4-way.
I think you could argue it was the best match of the night even after the fact. But there's only one match that I think truly deserves that.
Yeah.
And it's not because it was a phenomenal wrestling match, and that's what was great about it. Mm-hmm. But we'll get there.
Yeah. Because our next match is going to be the Intercontinental title match.
Before we do that, let's take ourselves a little cider break.
Yes. Well, if that is the case, you know what we should do? We should do the theme song of the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, Will Ospreay, and his theme music by a band we've mentioned before on this show. It lives, it breathes.
Multiverse! Back.
How good is that song?
I do enjoy it.
Right, okay. Next match, Intercontinental title match. Not gonna lie, this was the point where I went to make food for myself.
I'm pretty sure that I fell asleep during this match.
I
kind of wish we had Eddie on the show because Eddie is Jay White daft.
I do like Jay White, but like, see, to be honest, this was nothing special. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably, I don't want to say worst match of the evening, like, because the match was decent from what I've seen of it.
Yeah,
but it just had nothing much to talk about. It was Tanahashi who had a bum knee, and then Jay White worked on it for a bit, and then Tanahashi John Cena'd up like he normally does and wins.
Yeah,
because that's what
I actually was pretty convinced Jay White was winning it.
So was I. And it didn't happen.
Well, do you know what? I was also pretty convinced someone else was winning later on in the night, and that didn't happen. So, which I think.
But let's face it, like, this probably should have been between the next two matches. Like, this should have been between Omega and Jericho and Okada and Naito. As a little bit of a buffer.
See, the thing is though, the Japanese don't look at it that way.
No.
They look at the big matches or the last two or whatever. Like,
yeah.
It's not the way WWE does, where they'll do, out of the two big shows, as the big matches they've got the pay-per-view. Out of the two big matches they've got the pay-per-view, they'll do one and then do a filler and then do the other. The Japanese are just kind of they're all
bang,
man.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, they're all on.
Match. Yeah. But I suppose it kind of also makes sense in the way that, you know, Japanese crowds are so much more reserved than American crowds are.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I do feel bad that I've kind of shortchanged these two, but you know what?
I have to agree with you. It wasn't a match that particularly
got super late
enthralled me
in the day for me while I was watching it, and I needed fed. So I was like, I could either pause this and go and make food or whatever, and then come back and take notes, or...
I'll tell you what though, man, it was fucking weird watching it. at this point for me, because I was kind of like, this is great, man. This is like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm glad I avoided Oh, no, wait. I didn't avoid spoilers. This is happening now.
Yeah, this is
And then
literally happening.
all the Americans were moaning like, fuck, are we getting up to watch it? They're like, hey.
See? This is how we feel.
We do this once a month, fuckers.
I know.
At least once a month.
Sometimes
it's
twice a month. Twice in a weekend. For a fucking takeover.
Yeah. Like fucking, you can just, this is the one show that you can get up super early, watch, and just not moan about it, knowing that we have to go through this.
Yeah, we have to do this all the goddamn time, so thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, another point. It was a fairly decent match. I mean,
it was like I'm not going to
really,
shut the two of them. It was
like,
a decent match.
It really just landed at the point in the show for me where I needed a break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, like, I was considering taking the break after this match. Anyway,
but then you knew what was coming after.
But then you knew what was coming next. Like, it was because I went out shopping and all that fucking jazz, so I didn't get to start watching this till about 7 o'clock in the evening. And even at that time, I calculated that I would not have had this done by the time I needed to go to bed for work. But I was considering leaving it at that, but I sat there the whole show like, I need to see Omega Jericho tonight. I have to see. The main event can wait, or however many matches are after that. And when I knew that Omega Jericho was the second to last match, I was like, this has to be done now. It has to be done now. No other bones about it. It has to be done now. And you know what? Fucking hell. Yeah. To sum it up in 2 words, fucking hell.
So anyway, let's quickly just go over this match before we get into Jericho Omega. Let's get this match.
We're
done.
into Jericho Omega.
I know, but we didn't really fucking get to the finish of, did we?
Yeah, Tanahashi wins with high fly flow.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, literally...
I thought we might go a bit more detail than that, but fair enough. Yes,
as I said,
Jericho Omega. Which, to be fair, Jericho had been persistent for a very long time that this was the main event. And you know what? I kind of agree with him. Mm-hmm. Because see, if this match was
should have been the main event.
I don't think it should have been the main event. I think the title should always be the main event. I get that. But
it wasn't.
I think, see, after it, I was kind of like... you know what I mean? Like... I'm not sure I can handle another match. I actually found the main event very disappointing on that point, but we'll get there. We will get there.
Right. Okay, here we go. Because I know I've took a decent amount of notes for most of the other matches. I think I took every note of every move that happened in this match.
Do you know what? Let's play a game. Let's see how long you can go.
Okay, so right, don't like anything that you have, just save up for after it. Let's see how long we can go.
Can I be completely honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
See Jericho Omega, I took nothing in.
You took nothing in?
Because I was just so in awe of the fact the match was actually happening.
Right.
It was just kind of like, I could really be thinking about this and thinking about what I want to say during the podcast. Then the bell went, and I was just kind of like, nah, fuck it, man. Like,
all bets are off. Let's just fucking watch this shit.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened with me. I have nothing on this match. I'm sure as you're talking about the notes you took,
it's going to come back.
Things
to
will
you.
come back to me. But at the time, I was just kind of like, that bell went, and I went, do you know what? Fuck it. This is for me. No one else.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the two, even before the bell rings, start off in a hockey fight. They had to be kind of pulled apart before the bell actually rang.
Damn Canadians.
Early submission by Jericho. So with no DQ rules, Jericho didn't need to break the submission. This comes into play later. Omega sends Jericho...
The referee was terrible because he was like, break the hold.
And
Japanese.
Jericho was like,
Seriously, it's
no,
DQ.
fuck
You
up.
fucking idiot. You stupid idiot.
Omega sends Jericho out and knocks down a cameraman. That was quite entertaining. Jericho sent over the guardrail. Omega goes for the dive, but Jericho sidesteps and Omega goes through a fucking table. This is in the first, fucking 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Omega goes for the dive. Yeah, I said that. Jericho beats up the ref and his son. Actually beats up the ref and then is
beat up his son was cool.
But
I didn't know that was his son until Eddie was like, that's his boy. And I'm like, what?
Well, Kevin Kelly also said that, but
yeah. Eddie said it before Kevin Kelly did.
Oh, well, there you go then. I put him in the walls of Jericho, and then even Jericho was shouting, "That's your son! That's your son!" Omega back up using chairs and monitors. I think they actually broke the US commentary feed at one point. Because the two of them just went completely dead. The two of them were holding nothing back. At all. Man. I don't know what else to say already. Because I've lost my place, that's probably why. God, what the fuck? I swear to God, this phone is a pain in the arse sometimes. Yep, US commentary feed. The infamous Japanese table comes into play. Omega does a double stomp on a table on top of Jericho. So, it still doesn't break because it wasn't used in the appropriate way. Apparently, new champs are also crowned by count out in New Japan. So, the more you know. Because that was... Kevin Kelly said that.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's just, I didn't.
Yeah,
I've never seen I mean, TNA used to use those rules back in the day. And then they changed all the rules to standard wrestling rules. But...
Standard wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, how racist of you, Grizz.
So Jericho did a drop kick to the repaired knee of Omega. Another table in play by Jericho, so he pulled that out and set that up. Jericho attempts to put Omega through the table as Omega tries to fight out, so Jericho just drops him on the floor instead. So, had him set up one way over the table, Omega's trying to fight out, so Jericho just turns the fuck around and just goes, you know what, fuck you. Drops him just right on the floor. Owie. Let's see. Yep. Lion Salt by Jericho, back in the ring, but takes too long to get the pin.
I might be wrong here, but I can't think of Jericho doing the Lion Salt in a very long time.
I think he always used to go for it, but never really hit it.
Yeah, so see him hit it, I was like, interesting.
Was a blast from the past. I mean, because
as a point, I was actually kind of annoyed when he came out in trunks. I was hoping he came out in tights.
So did I. Actually, that was one of the first things I thought.
And see during his entrance where he had the jacket on and stuff, because of the way the lighting was, it looked like he was in tights.
Mm-hmm.
Then the lights came on and he wasn't, and I was like, man, it's
I thought he was going to be Lionheart Chris Jericho, ECW.
That's what I was hoping for, but alas, he didn't do it. But do you know what? He still.
You know, his fucking gear was awesome though, because it did say Omega, but still, no, it didn't. It said Alpha. But still in the Jericho sparkly, glittery.
No, he got new gear for it, man.
Yeah,
man. Jericho went all out for this match.
Of course he did.
He was not in there for the paycheck. Granted, the paycheck was important,
yeah,
but he wasn't there solely for it. And you could tell that from the match. Do you know what I mean? He was fucking kudos to the guy, man. Anyway, continue.
Yep. Lines up with Jericho. Takes so long to get the pin. Hurricanrana by Kenny Omega. Back outside goes Jericho. Up and over to the top goes Omega. The knee countered, but Omega gets on the second try, so that's the V trigger. The walls of Jericho gets locked in again. Omega locked in the walls, grabs spray from under the ring, and into the eyes of Jericho. Omega sent Yeah, so at one point they set up a chair in the corner and they left it for ages. So this was the point where this was used. Omega gets sent head first into the chair in the corner as Jericho cleans his eyes from the spray. I don't know what the spray is, but like Kenny Omega sprays it under his arm. So
it was cold spray.
Is it?
It's like when you get a injury, magic spray. We call it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it numbs the body.
Yeah.
That's what it was supposed to be. Clearly it wasn't, because I don't think you can spray that in your eyes and get away with it.
But considering the fact that like
that's
Kenny Omega also sprays it under his arms, like his armpits would go numb. It's a bit of a counterproductive.
Yeah, it was cold spray, I'm pretty sure. So it's like when you maybe blow a knee or something, they spray that on you until you get to the hospital to get proper fucking painkillers.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was. I think that's just what I took from it. I might be wrong, but that's what I thought.
So after that, I just wrote, Jericho is the biggest heel in wrestling in this match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3 more times with Omega's face in the chair. The 4th time, literally breaking the chair. The seat part of the chair came apart of the frame. Omega is now bleeding. Jericho just destroying Omega at this point. A knee and snap suplex from Omega as he starts to come back. The one-winged angel attempt failed. Again, I needed to shift to another flim-flam.
The story of this match was just Omega going for one-winged angel and failing.
No, wasn't him failing. It was it was Chris Jericho being too smart.
He wasn't hitting it. So I'm pretty sure he only hit one, didn't he? And that was the finish.
Yeah. But that was the story of the Okada match as well.
Yeah.
If Kenny Omega would hit the one-winged angel, he would win the belt. He didn't hit the move in that match. And that's surreal storytelling, if you ask me.
Yeah, true.
Right, yeah, there we go. I have literally 3 pages of mobile notes on this. Jericho smashes that corner chair over Omega's face again, which completely breaks apart the chair. Jericho chairs up Omega like another 8 times. This was with a new chair. Jericho uses the frame of the broken chair to the neck and back of Okada off the top rope, no less. Jericho on the top rope with the chair. Drop kick to the face with the chair, and the knee sending Jericho through a table. So the first time he got hit with the chair, he kind of held on to the turnbuckles and kind of pulled himself back up. The second time he got hit with the V-trigger, he kind of leant back, trying to pull himself up, and just kind of collapsed through the table.
Just keeled over.
Through that Japanese table. I am the table. And I've lost my place again. God damn it. A pile driver with the arms hooked by Omega for 2. Yet another V-trigger by Omega. One-winged angel rolled through to the walls. Jericho alters the walls into the old school version of the Walls of Jericho, where he uses the knee to the back of the neck. The proper version, if some would say. Not the WWE version. Or the Lion Tamer.
I did notice that. It was the Lion Tamer.
Lion Tamer, yeah. Omega gets the ropes and Jericho breaks the hold. Why?
That annoyed me as well, because, like, it'd have been different if Jericho broke the hold and then went all sportsman after it.
Mm-hmm.
Then okay, fair enough. But he didn't need to break the hold. He was not sportsman afterwards, so nah, it really didn't work for me.
No, he wandered off, flipping people off the whole time.
Yeah, which was great. See the spot with the cameras? He was flipping the cameras off, man. That was fucking great. Anyway, not the point. Continue.
Codebreaker counted to 2 V-triggers and a one-winged angel, but Jericho grabs the ropes. Omega went up to the top rope, but got stopped by Jericho. Jericho hung up on the turnbuckle from that. Jericho rolls out the way of a moonsault and hits the codebreaker, but slow to make the pin for 2. Moonsault countered and the 1-winged angel again. And then 1-winged angel onto a steel chair. And fucking Kenny Omega finally pulls the thing out. This match was incredible. Kenny Omega wins and is still the US champion. Fuck.
The match was outstanding. It was everything I was expecting it to be.
It was, do you know what it was though? It was, I felt it really weird early on because of all the plunder. And it felt like it was like a WWE hardcore title match. And I was like, oh, this isn't really going too well. But then, see, when they finally got back in the ring, a lot of the plunder disappeared for a bit. And they actually just started properly wrestling. Like, it became really enticing then. And then they brought the weapons and the chairs and the tables and all that kind of back into play. And then it became really interesting because it was like, all right, this is all the shit that they set up earlier, and now this is coming back into play. So now it's becoming really intriguing. And then just the way that like the ending happened, where Jericho tried to use a chair and then kind of missed, and then on his bounce back off the ropes, like Kenny Omega kind of scooped him up into the 1-winged angel, and the chair was right there in front of him. So not only did he hit his finisher, he hit it on a steel chair, which guaranteed that victory. And it was just intense, man. It was intense.
Yeah, I loved it. Listen, we were talking about we're maybe on the next episode going to do a live commentary of the entire match. Because I think talking about it doesn't do it justice.
Yeah. Because obviously, as you could tell, like, my notes were a bit patchy. Some of it kind of made not a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's
like
I'm sense, but
I'm taking the highlights out of this. Like, Jesus. If I do move for move, then I'd be here for fucking another 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll definitely, let's say, we'll do the live commentary in the next episode and properly cover this match.
Yep. So next episode is going to look good because we're going to announce what's happening in the next episode at the end of this one. Stay tuned. Woo. So the main event of the evening. Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japan versus Chaos's Kazuchika Okada. Or Kazuchika Okada. Kazuchika Okada. Whatever way you want to pronounce it. Either way is acceptable.
This match upset me a little bit.
This match upset me a lot. And you know what? One of the main things is the reason why it upset me was because of Kevin Kelly and Don Callis talking about the betting odds of what Dave Meltzer was going to rate this match. And they were like, this is going to be above 6 stars. And it never came fucking close.
Never came close to 5, to be fair.
Never came close to 4.
It was really disappointing.
It was very disappointing. For the main event,
and do you know what?
Wrestle Kingdom.
See Meltzer's star rating? Meltzer can fuck off with that shit, man.
Well,
no, he can.
No, hold on.
What gives him the right to fucking stay at a 5-star wrestling match? No,
hold on.
The person to watch
hold on. Right, like, I want to at least find out Dave Meltzer's star rating for this match. Then we can kind of talk of whether or not it's bullshit.
No, it doesn't matter whether or not it's bullshit.
No.
Meltzer has absolutely no right to fucking think that this match is going to live up to his expectations.
It wasn't. No. It wasn't his. It was Booker's, as in like there was actual people betting money on it. It wasn't Dave Meltzer specifically.
But they're betting money based on his system. Just because fucking he doesn't like something doesn't mean I'm not going to like it.
Well, like, you know, that's kind of the thing I'm saying.
Oh, you're not going to
like it. You know what? See,
Dave Meltzer, man. Fuck him.
See, while I'm going through this match, why don't you look and see? I genuinely want to know. Can you try and find out what Dave Meltzer rated this match? So I'll go through it, and then you tell me at the end, if you find it, what Dave Meltzer thingy this match.
Dave Meltzer's opinion means nothing to me. I like what I like, I don't like what I don't like.
I agree, but still, like...
But since Grizz has asked me, I will look.
Pardon me. Okay, so... Okay, here we go. Okada looks weird in pants. Why is he wearing pants? I don't know.
Because it's a new look.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. Go back to shorts. So, at the time I wrote, slow start, so you know it's going to build to something big. Okada with a spiked DDT, which spiked Naito right in his fucking head. On the outside, Okada does a second spiked DDT, this time with Naito's ankles over the guardrail. With Okada's focus clearly on the neck. Yeah, that was kind of the end of that sentence, sorry. Spiked DDT with Okada's focus clearly on the neck. Still pretty early on the two, and they're starting to try and hit the finishers. Moving on. They'll try to hit the finishers with Okada, and Okada hit the choke on Naito, which is essentially the whole story of the match was Okada trying to lock that choke on Naito, because Naito goes for the Destino, which is the flip DDT. So Naito needs to turn his back on Okada to do said move. So every time Naito turns his back on Okada, that's when Okada has that opportunity to lock in the choke. Reverse Rana off the top rope by Naito for 2. Naito hits Gloria and tries for his old move, the Stardust Press, which is back from his old days being the Stardust Genius, back when he was a face. And back the first time when he won the G1 Climax in 2014, I believe. I'm sure it was. And he got shunned. He got shunned out of the main event. He faced Okada, funnily enough. And New Japan asked, who do you want to see in the main event? Do you want to see Okada and Naito in the main event? Or do you want to see Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title?
I've done my search on what Dave Meltzer gave it.
Hold on. Save it. Do you actually have it?
No, because you can't find it.
Interesting. Maybe he's not done it yet.
But I have PW...
Insider?
No, Bleacher Report. Sorry. I have Bleacher Report's rating of it.
Okay. Right. Let's save it to the end. Naito comes off the ropes with a hell of a forearm to Okada, so he whipped him off the ropes, and Naito's bounce just kind of used the ropes to literally propel him. Okada attempted a drop kick from the ropes, but Naito moves, tries Stardust Press again, but got taken over with the German. That leads to the Rainmaker for 2. Okada with the choke again. Naito gets his finisher, the Destino, whatever, but can't follow up because it took too long. They show a shot of the belt, which while both men are down, and there were like 2 or 3 massive gems missing from this belt, which I did take a photo of, and I'll show you in a wee minute.
Don't do that, man, because you know how wound up I get from missing fucking gems. I've bought enough belts off the internet that don't fucking have all the gems. I'm staring at one right now.
Back and forth with the punches, Naito spits and slaps Okada in the face. Reversal of the Alabama Slam to a Hurricanrana for 2. Destino countered to the Rainmaker, and Okada keeps wrist control. Second Maker misses, and Destino connects. A third Destino connects. Okada hits one of his amazing drop kicks. A Tombstone connects. Another Destino connects. Trying for a second, Destino. Counted to a jumping tombstone. Rainmaker. It's over. Okada's still the champion. And I don't understand why.
It really surprised me because I thought this was when Okada was dropping it.
Yep.
I really did. But PW Torch
PW Chops.
rated this an A.
An A? As in their best rating?
No, if you're going by normal ratings, A plus is the best. So from my thinking, an A is between 4 and 5 stars.
I wouldn't say this was this. Right, this is coming from someone that's seen these two wrestle before.
I thought it was a poor main event.
Yeah, agreed. Very poor. I've seen these two main event before, and see the last time that they had a match, Naito beat fucking Okada that night and became the champion, and that match was so much better than this match. I really didn't enjoy this match at all. I was incredibly disappointed, and it's not even to say that the Omega Jericho match overshadowed it, because I watched this match the next day because it got so close to the time where I needed to go to sleep to get up for work in the morning that I was like, you know what? I'll watch this match fresh in the morning. Maybe because I was so burned out after watching Jericho Omega that I was like, let's save this, and just I don't know. There was something about it that just couldn't hold my interest, of two people that I care so much about. And then I guess the ending of Okada continuing to be champion. I've said this for a long time about two people in New Japan, and it's Kushida and Okada. I love the two of them to death, but that doesn't mean they need to be champion all the fucking time.
Well, here's my say on it, right? See if Wrestle Kingdom happened to have been WrestleMania and Roman Reigns had won the main event, people would be kicking up shit. And it's a very similar situation with Okada. It's kind of alright, it's great, Okada champion and stuff, but it was time. That was the time for him to drop that belt.
Yep.
And fucking, he is. I said it whilst watching the show with Eddie. Okada is becoming the Roman Reigns of New Japan now.
No, he's the John Cena.
I would agree with that 5 years ago, but I think John Cena doesn't really count as a comparison now. No, as a comparison now because he's not about as much.
Okay, but
5 years ago, yes.
Yeah.
But now Roman Reigns is the modern day John Cena, so he's the Roman Reigns of New Japan.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
I just compare him to the John Cena, considering the fact that John Cena literally held the WWE title for over a year, a period of time, and it's just become really bad at this point. I really do still like Okada as a wrestler. He's fucking,
me too.
He's fantastic.
I love Okada, but it was just, this was the time for him to drop that belt,
and him not dropping that belt just kind of left this event with a bitter taste.
Especially given the fact that Naito was due to wrestle in the main event at Wrestle Kingdom, and then that got pulled. So this should have been Naito's rise to glory.
But not only that, like I said, Naito got a chance to wrestle Okada throughout. If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. And he beat Okada. He was the IWGP champion for about 2 months. And then Okada just won it back. And then everybody pretty much forgot that happened. And then it got to the point where, right, well, you know what? The last person to beat Okada for the championship was Naito. So, clearly he's going to do it again. And I just don't understand at this point. seriously, give us something new. Like, at the very least, Okada is entertaining as a wrestler.
Well, what I was about to say though is what kind of makes it okay is the fact that New Japan is so good that, okay, we're not entirely happy about Okada retaining.
Yeah.
But it's not.
We can still respect
it's
him.
It's not John Cena retaining. It's not Randy Orton retaining. It's not Roman Reigns retaining. It's a guy that could fucking, honestly, man,
a guy we can still respect.
Could swat and shite a good match.
Exactly.
And that's what's great about it. But I still, for me, I was really looking forward throughout that show, after the Jericho Omega match and stuff. I was looking forward to, for the second time in my New Japan fandom, seeing a new World Heavyweight Champion crowned.
Yeah.
And I was convinced it was going to happen.
So was I.
Then it didn't.
Completely.
And do you know what? Kudos, because they swerved everybody. Because I think everybody thought that was going to happen. But I just feel like it should have.
This was the time to make it. Make it. Okay, very, very quickly, because I know this has been going on super, super long, but like just a couple of notes from New Year's Dash.
Yep.
Then we're gonna get
one of which I told you about fucking just before we press record.
Yep. And we established at the beginning of the episode, I didn't watch the full show, apparently, because I didn't want to watch.
Even though you thought you did.
I didn't want to watch 15 minutes of someone I can't understand talking. Okay, so there was a 10-man tag team match, and Cody Rhodes attacked Kota Ibushi after the match, after they won. Then Kenny Omega, of all people, came out for the save to kind of back up Kota Ibushi. Which,
what have I been calling for the last couple of weeks?
You literally
the Bullet Club Elite Split is coming.
You called in the last episode.
I've been saying it for ages. In fact, I'll tell you what, right?
But you specifically called it in the last episode.
I'll tell you what, though, right? I'll tell you what. See the last... Let's sort of a time frame here. Right, okay. I said to a good friend of mine, who you've maybe met before, Andrew Ferguson, who lives in... You've probably met with Discovery shows, lives in Edinburgh and stuff. That's who I went to the Bullet Club versus Discovery show with.
Ah.
And we were talking about it, and he was saying, well, what does Kenny do after Wrestle Kingdom? And I said, well, there's a split. I said, the Bullet Club and the Elite split. Who leads the Bullet Club? He said, and I was like, Cody. And then he said to me, but Cody's clearly part of the Elite. How do you mean? And then he explained it to me. See the way he explained it? It was spot on. It made total sense for Cody to be part of the Elite. Mm-hmm. And I was like, do you know what? He's the type of wrestling fan that literally watches New Japan and nothing else. He's not a WWE fan. He likes New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So when he explained it to me, I took his word as kind of being like, aye, okay, fair enough. That's the product.
He knows what he's talking about.
That's the product you like. Fair enough. So that's when I went from Cody leading the Bullet Club to Cody being part of the Elite, which is what I said last week, right? And Andy will back me up on this, and I'm going to try and get a fucking interview with him to get the confirmation that I fucking called this like a month ago. Like, I called this. Cody is going to lead the Bullet Club
against the Elite.
Against the Elite. And that looks like it's the way it's going.
Pretty much the way it's going.
Like I say, I never said this to you, never actually spoke about it, but I said to Andy, because Andy is such a mad New Japan fan. He's the one I spoke to about it. And he was like, nah, Cody's going to be part of the Elite, because he's fucking in being the Elite, and he's got... And I actually think I said that during when I went on about it last week, when I said that Cody's clearly part of the Elite, pure the fact that they're doing it. And that was all because of fucking what Andy said. And I took Andy's word as gospel because that's all Andy watches. But my gut was right. My fucking gut instinct was totally
See,
right.
that's the thing when it comes to fucking New Japan. You don't know. You really don't know.
My gut instinct was bang on. Like, Cody is going to lead the Bullet Club against fucking the elite.
You know what? But that's the annoying thing. My gut instinct was the fact that Naito was going to win the goddamn fucking belt. And it didn't happen. So you know what? Like, every now and again, like, this is, at least this is one of, like, a wrestling thing that'll keep you guessing, though. Like,
yeah, totally, man.
You know what?
Totally, like, I'm not annoyed that he talked me out of my gut instinct.
No,
because everything he said made total sense.
I'm not.
And that's what's great.
I'm not talking about your pal. I'm talking about New Japan in general.
No, exactly. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to say. Like, everything he told me to talk me out of Cody leading the Bullet Club made complete sense.
Yeah.
So I was like, do you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. But then he wasn't right. That's what's great about New Japan. Because although everything he told me made complete sense, it was all completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Fucking brilliant.
In that same vein of everything, it's just like, you know, wrestlers, you are convinced to win when it comes to, like, New Japan. Just don't win. And then people you're convinced are going to lose just end up winning.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, everybody, like, I don't think I've seen a single person, of the very few people, like, granted, there are very few people that I know that kind of talk about New Japan, but, like, I'm sure everybody that was interested in Wrestle Kingdom was like, this is Naito's night, 100%. There cannot be a single reason why he does not win. But yet Okada won. And it's just, sorry, I hit the fucking mic. I'm too excited.
Whilst holding my belt.
But, kind of like Chris said, like, at this point, I don't know, this, with Okada, it is becoming too much, but he's still great. That's the annoying part. He's still awesome at what he does. He always pulls off a good match, but I just need something new as champion. Because, like, even look at Asuka.
No one is ready.
She gave up her belt, and I think, like, a couple of months longer, I probably would have got bored of that as well.
It was getting to the point.
It was.
But anyway, this is not a WWE podcast, it's a New Japan podcast.
Right, so
and
very, very, very quickly.
We've not spoken with Jericho yet, haven't we?
We're very, very quickly getting through this. So, we talked about some of it. So, that's when Kenny Omega came up to back up Kota Ibushi after Cody Rhodes was trying to attack him. So then, excuse me. Then Bullet Club left the ring. Kenny Omega was in the ring. Asked Jay White to come out. Jay White came out, offered him the infamous T-shirt at this point. Jay White put on the infamous Bullet Club T-shirt, and then hit fucking Kenny Omega with the switchblade. Then the next day, fucking Jay White apparently has joined Chaos, which is Kazuchika Okada's fucking faction. What a bastard!
Oh, we have Chaos.
But also, no, more to the point, like, I'm sure Hiroshi Tanahashi's in that fucking faction. The person he wrestled just the day before at fucking Wrestle Kingdom.
But that's okay. I'm alright with that. Because you get respect for someone when they beat you.
Yeah, but I don't know, just like Jay White and his character seems like such a better person. But, you know,
it's different in Japan.
Anyway, the two other things. The Bullet Club took on Chaos for the 6-man Never Openweight Tag Team titles. Beretta goes for the Dude Buster on Tamatonga. Tamatonga rolls through, hits the gun stun, and new 6-man tag team champions, the Bullet Club. So, there you go. Like, fucking, Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, and Beretta held the tag team titles for about half a day. Yay! And then, the final thing, which, like we commented earlier on, after the main event, Chris Jericho attacked Tetsuya Naito. Which I didn't know about.
Until I told you about it earlier on.
Yes.
But I was like, yeah, Jericho, and you were like, oh, Jericho's done? And I'm like, no,
I was like,
he's not.
You were like, Jericho attacked Naito, and I was like, no, he didn't. And you were like, yeah, he did. I was like, but he didn't. I was like, yeah,
prove
he
it.
did.
You actually said, prove it.
Yeah. I was like, show me. Show me, bitch.
And then I did. And the realisation came crumbling down. But anyway, that's happened, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes.
But as I say, it's like the end of every show. Like, a Japanese wrestler talks for 15 minutes on a microphone. I don't know what they're saying. So I normally turn off at that point. I kind of got it. Really am.
I had to tell you had to see it.
Yeah.
In hindsight.
Just a little bit.
But yeah, so that was Wrestle Kingdom for this year. We've already did an episode since the new year, but we didn't really fucking do much about it. But I just want to say, like, genuinely, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has actually listened to us over the past year.
Agreed.
Thank you to everyone that has given us the time. I mean, we are not the fucking highest rating wrestling podcast in the world, but there's enough people that listen to us that make us think that this is completely worth doing.
It really is.
So yeah, so totally thank you. I hope you had a smashing Christmas and a drunken New Year, and yeah, you are good cunts.
Thank you so much for everything. Like, the fact that you give a couple hours out of your day to listen to our complete bullshit most of the time. Like, I hope that if you are a first time listener and you've gotten this far, like,
which that's probably not happened, to be fair.
Like, please,
they probably listened to this for 10 minutes and went, oh, fuck these.
Please, please continue, because we have a lot lined up. And on that note, you know what? We're going to tell you what we're going to do for the next episode. For the next episode, we are going to book the Women's Royal Rumble. Chris is going to take Monday Night Raw, and I am going to take Tuesday Night SmackDown. And from there, we are going to accumulate 15 people each. I thought are going to be in the Royal Rumble. We're going to take a couple of also backups just in case. So say stuff like fucking I don't know, Charlotte loses the belt and Carmella fucking cashes in or whatever. Like, we're going to take stuff like that into account. But the next show, we're going to book the Women's Royal Rumble.
We absolutely are. And again, thank you for anyone that fucking gives us the time of day, man. Because, like, fucking, do you know what? We're just two guys that. This is technically our third calendar year.
Yeah. Jesus.
Like, we're just two guys that get drunk and talk about wrestling. And do you know what? See, if no one is listening to us, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We will still
it's just fun.
We will still get drunk and talk about wrestling. So if you do actually listen to us, again, thank you so fucking much.
It's so appreciated.
Yeah, like, totally, man. Like, most podcasts batter on about, oh, give us a fucking rating on iTunes and shit. No, don't give us a rating on iTunes, man. Give us a fucking a message on Twitter.
Give us a
because
tweet.
we don't give a fuck about being top 10 or top 20 or fucking.
Give us a tweet or a Facebook message.
Exactly, man. We care about fucking hearing you guys talk to us,
Yeah.
man. So fucking tweet us. See if you want to tweet us and tell us that fucking bread is white. Fine.
Yep.
Just tweet us, because then we know at least you're listening. I mean, I could not give a flying fuck about where I am in the fucking iTunes charts and all. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah.
That's not what we're here for, man. We're here because we love talking about wrestling, and we love talking about wrestling to people that also love listening about wrestling. So, genuinely, man, just throw us a hello.
Thank you all, though. Thank you so much.
And everyone that does as well, completely throws a hello. That's all we care about, man. We're not interested in fucking breaking the fucking charts or fuck that shit, man. Every podcast I listen to, it's always about, oh, give us a fucking review on iTunes so we can break those charts. Nah, fuck that, man. Don't give a fuck about breaking the charts, man. Just want to find new wrestling friends.
If you want to do that,
this should be wrestling friends.
If you want to do that, then
Sorry,
do
Flash.
that. But by all means, like, just see, the one thing that we want more than for you to rate, review, and subscribe, as every other fucking podcast needs to say. Send us a wee message. Send us a wee tweet. Send us a wee email.
Rate, review, subscribe. Fuck that. Just say hello.
Just let us know you're listening.
Totally, man. Fuck that shit.
Because I want us to build up potentially to an episode of Q&A questions. But we need...
It's not even that, man. I don't even care about that, man.
No, look,
no one has to interact with us. See, as long as people are listening, that's all I care about, man. You don't need to fucking... See all these, like I say, all these podcasts, like, I'll rate, review, subscribe, send us these messages and that. And to be fair, I say that a lot with Ooga Booga. Purely because Ooga Booga is a bit different, because...
It's a completely different monster.
Yeah, because Ooga Booga doesn't have new material every week to talk about. Like, we have the shit that's there, and we have to then find it. So we say to people, give us a shout if you want us to talk about something, and we'll research it and talk about it. Okay, I say we. I'll research it and talk about it. But yeah, man, it's not a case of, like, I do not want you fucking giving us 5 stars on iTunes and all. If you want to do that, if you appreciate that,
by all means,
if you appreciate us that much, then please do it. But no, I want you to interact with us. I want to know that you're listening, because frankly, I do not give a fuck where we are on the iTunes.
That's what I'm trying to say. Just, we want any and all listeners. Just send us a wee tweet, a wee Facebook message, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of want to kind of collaborate a Q&A episode, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
totally,
it'll
man.
just be a wee bonus half-an-hour episode.
Like, Ooga Booga listeners have sent it to us, like, we are nowhere near anywhere the top brass in fucking iTunes and shit. But we've had those couple of messages from people that are, really like what you're doing. And to be honest, that's the only reason I do this, man. I don't give a fuck about being fucking top brass in iTunes. If people actually just kind of, not even, I see, if you don't agree with what we say, messages as well.
Yeah.
Just
by all means.
Yeah, totally.
If you think Jinder Mahal is the fucking greatest wrestler in the world, you know what? Send your shit our way. We would love to talk to you about it. We would, like, if there's
probably have you on.
If there's someone about there that's on the show, yeah, by all means, we will get you fucking on. We would talk to you about why you think Jinder Mahal is the greatest wrestler in the world. And you know what? Maybe see if your conversation's convincing enough. Maybe we might be a turncoat, because he might be our next fucking United States champion.
Thank fuck we're not from the United States. Anyway, let's stop ranting. And again, thank you everyone that listens to us, and give us a shout at Heel Podcasts everywhere. Ho!
Stay foxy, and I love you all. See. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Heel Podcast. And also, don't forget, you can hear our archives on the World Wide Web at heelpodcast.co.uk.
Well, that's all, folks. So long. Have a good day.